1, 2. WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
1.5 left in the period. Ice Bears on the power play. Johansson to the drop pass to Schumacher. Back to Johansson. Patrick looks it over. Goes low slot and not able to get a shot off of the Ice Bears. Travis Baird. Now he gets it back. He shoots. He scores!
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Down in low. Cooley's there. Ice Bears have it. Snapshot missing wide as Solnikov got it. Kovacic. Right side. Low along the goal line. Swings around the official. Kovacic still with it. Gets it up high. Now works it to Anderson. Across to Brown. Here comes Brown. He shoots. He scores! Brown gets it past the goaltender in his lower right pad of Moore.
With the call, here's Dan Lee and Steve Casson.
And live from Jordan Valley Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is game 1 of 2 between Missouri State and the University of Arkansas. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson, Dan Lee with you as Missouri State comes into this hockey contest winning the most games ever in the history of the hockey club. They are 27-10-3, 2 overtime losses and a shootout loss. And Missouri State ranked number 12 in ECHA Division I play. The Arkansas Razorbacks ranked 33. And Dan, since Missouri State has last seen the Razorbacks, they have only won 4 games.
Yeah, I can't really explain that. I thought Arkansas coming into the season had every opportunity to be one of their better squads, and it just hasn't worked out for them that way. I don't know what they have to do to get things turned around. I know head coach John Copa is working as hard as he can to try to get things worked around for them. Let's hope tonight is not the night they turn the corner back the other direction. As we saw last weekend, any team can win on any given night. Alabama was a heavy underdog to the Ice Bears last week, and they managed not only to win, but to take a decisive 5-0 victory before falling the following evening to the Ice Bears by a 5-2 count, which is probably right about where it should have been to begin with. But on any given night, anything can happen in the game of hockey, and the Ice Bears have no room to lay down on their laurels today. They've got to get it moving tonight.
Yeah, Missouri State, even though they are 5-1 away, they are only 5-3 at home versus Arkansas. Now, their last wins, December 1st and November 30th of 2018, a 4-2 victory and a 5-1 victory. In fact, Brennan Anderson had 3 assists in the 5-1 victory. The Ice Bears are coming off of that, which is a positive thing. Missouri State has won 5 of the last 6 games against Arkansas, and they have outscored the Razorbacks 62-43. And Missouri State has scored 5 or more goals 7 times against the Razorbacks. That's half of this 14-game series dating back to 2015, when these two teams have been Division I. Now, prior to that, Missouri State and Arkansas has a great rivalry. In fact, Arkansas, as a Division III team, had the number against Missouri State as a Division II team.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a couple of sweeps that the Division III squad had against the Division II Missouri State Ice Bears, but it's all changed now that we're a Division I squad.
Yeah, but if you're an Arkansas fan, you can also look at one positive little stat. Since both teams became D1 teams, since the games that you were mentioning that they played over the last couple of years, Arkansas has actually won more of their games against the Missouri State Ice Bears here at MediaCom Ice Park than they actually won on their home ice. So they like playing here too, and that could be a positive for Arkansas. I want to say how proud I am of the hardcore Missouri State University Ice Bears fans showing up for tonight's contest. This game was sold out in advance, and we wondered with the little hissy fit that Mother Nature decided to throw at us today of how many would make it here. This place is filling up fast, and I anticipate we're going to have most everybody in the seats by the time game time comes around. But that just goes to show you they love their hockey here in Springfield, Missouri.
They definitely do, but the last time that these two teams played here at MediaCom, it was MediaCom then, it's Jordan Valley Ice Park now.
I did it too, didn't I?
I know, really. The Razorbacks' last win came in overtime, and if you remember, December 2nd, 2017, right here at Jordan Valley, 2:52 in overtime. It was Sean Foster that got the game winner, and Missouri State ends up losing that hockey game, and you know, the Ice Bears will not forget that. It's going to be a different kind of series now as these two teams do get together. as Missouri State seems to kind of be pouring it on right now. The Ice Bears, as I mentioned, ranked number 12 in ACHA play. They split with Alabama last week, and quite frankly, I thought the Ice Bears would move, and they didn't because of the fact that they did, even though they lost 5-0, which is their 5th shutout of the season. Actually, I'll have to double check that. I believe it's just their 3rd. They have 5 total in the series. They've had 2, and they've been shut out 3 times for a total of 5. But then they come back with, for all intents and purposes, a 5-1 victory, but a goal at 19:59 makes it 5-2.
19:59 and 9/10.
Yeah. Basically, the officials said it's good. They're going to count it. Okay, fine. Everything turns out to be good as far as the official says it is. And, I still think that that didn't obviously matter in the eyes of the computer because Missouri State ends up having a still 12th ranking. But it's going to be tough for the Ice Bears. Again, they have these games against Arkansas, and then Missouri State travels up north. I'll be on the road, hopefully going to broadcast those games against Jamestown and Minot State. And that'll be interesting because I'll see as we talk here if I can get an idea of just what the temperature in Minot is right now. It's -8 in Minot as we speak.
That's the ambient temperature, and then what's the wind chill on top of that? They're probably 4 below.
Exactly, and I can give you an update for next week. It's going to be 13 and 9 and 8.
And no matter what the temperature, the Ice Bears are going to get a chilly reception from Minot because they have moved up in the rankings as well. I think they're up to number 9 now. So that's going to be an important matchup. That's a one-off game on the same weekend they play a pair with Jamestown, and hopefully you'll be there for those.
Hopefully we'll have those for you. And the number, let's see what number Minot State is. They are, number 9. Central Oklahoma is 10. Nevada, Las Vegas is 11. And, of course, Missouri State is 12, just ahead of Illinois, who is 13.
And how important is it to keep that number 12 spot as opposed to falling down to number 13?
Well, if you keep number 12, you kind of, for all intents and purposes, get a bye for that first round. And what ends up happening is you play the winner of the number 20 contest. So for Missouri State at this point, the number 20 contest would be Western Michigan, and actually Alabama is tied for 20 right now. So it very well could possibly be if Alabama can continue their winning ways and they end up as I take that back. It's not number 20. It is number 20. But what actually is going to happen, though, is I believe it is the team that ends up getting the auto bid, and that auto bid team, even though they're going to be in the number 20 spot, they'll dump Alabama out. They will get the automatic bid for number 20. And I believe you have to go all the way down almost to around number 37. I think it's Slippery Rock possibly at this point. So Missouri State could play the winner of them and another team, which is kind of in a sense a play-in game.
Right.
And then it's the winner of them in number 13, and then Missouri State would have the opportunity to play that team. So, the way that the Nationals work right now, it's going to be very interesting for Missouri State to see what they do. Of course, they have to continue to win. I mean, that's the biggest key right now, is to continue to win with the games that you have left, which do include, as we mentioned tonight, with Arkansas. Then the Ice Bears have Minot State, and then they wrap up things at home again with Oklahoma. So it's going to be very pivotal for Missouri State not to lose any more games if they want to stay in a position that they are accustomed to at this point.
Well, we welcome all of our listeners tonight listening on KBFL FM and AM radio, 96.9 on your FM dial, 1060 AM. Thanks for coming along with us tonight. Got a great one lined up for you tonight. If you can't stick around and listen tonight, come on out to the rink tomorrow. I think they still have a couple of lower arena seats available. Well, not seats, it's standing room only on the lower arena most of the time. But we've probably still got a couple of tickets left for you tomorrow night to see these two teams do battle as well. Matt Reisner, our statistician, is here with us tonight. Alex Sam, our videographer, if you're watching on websportsradio.com. And, of course, between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss is with us tonight. Ben, you down there yet?
I am indeed, and I'm not sure if you are able to hear me because I'm in the tunnel where the Razorbacks are getting stoked up and ready to take the ice here at the ice park, and there they go as we speak. So we're just a few moments away from dropping the puck on hockey action this weekend in the Queen City.
And as he just mentioned, the team's out on the ice now as the Ice Bears are welcomed out as well. And in just a moment, we'll get the starting lineups for both squads. As we get ready for hockey action here in Springfield, Missouri, I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Cassidy. And our thanks to the KBFL crew helping us out tonight back at the studio, keeping us on the air. For the Arkansas Razorbacks, we're going to start with Joseph. I'm hoping I pronounced this right. Joseph Dusenka is going to be in goal. Brendan Shuck for the Ice Bears tonight.
And for Dusenka, in 18 games, he is 6-11 with a 3.99 goals against average and a .905 save percentage. For Missouri State, the Ice Bears will start in nets. Brendan Shuck, he has not seen any action in a while. Shuck, the junior, 7-0 with a 2.26 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. Let's join Kevin Thurl for the introduction of the starting lineups to Arkansas.
For the visiting Arkansas Razorbacks, starting at a forward, number 98, Chris Salmon. Starting at a forward, number 8, Chris Stovall. Starting at a forward, number 27, Andy Williams. Starting on defense for the Razorbacks, number 25, Cameron McCarthy. Starting on defense, number 51, Cosimo Yapello. And starting in net tonight for the Razorbacks, number 96, Joseph Dusenka. The Razorbacks are coached by head coach Andrew Falls and assistant coach John Kopa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a white outside and it's a white inside tonight. Get those shirts on or twirl them in the air. Let's get started with meeting the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at a forward, number 90, Nikita Solnikov. Starting at a forward, number 81, Brian Schumacher. Starting at a forward, number 9, Jordan Bratton. Starting at a forward, correction, number 8, Henrik Lohman. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 11, Brennan Anderson. Starting on defense, number 18, Chris Brown. And starting in goal tonight for your Missouri State Ice Bears, number 30, Brendan Shuck. Your Ice Bears are coached by head coach Jeremy Law and assistant coach Brendan McClue. Your officiating crew for tonight's game, referees Jason Carrera and Craig Smith, and linesmen Tim Saunders and Mark Marzola. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem performed tonight by Leah Henderson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
National anthem from Jordan Valley Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena. It is a whiteout here tonight. Fans with their white T-shirts, some wearing them, some just waving them, but regardless, it is going to be a whiteout. It is just that same way here. But now we're going to have another presentation. Springfield Cardinals General Manager Cam Ryder is dropping the puck.
Did that with authority, too.
Yeah, he did. That's a good one. I like that.
Get out there, get it done. Let's play some hockey. That's a good coach. And we are just about ready to play. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. I've got the ice to your left as you're watching on your KBFL radio dial tonight. Steve Casson with the ice to your right. Ali Sam, your videographer on westsportsradio.com. And our thanks to the KBFL crew for keeping us on the air, Steve.
Yep, big thanks to Dory Lemoyne, who's doing her job there and does always a great job at KBFL. And
Dr. Ben Goss between the glass. Matt Reisner, our statistician. Yep. Let's play hockey.
Missouri State skating from the left to the right. Arkansas from the right to the left. It will be Chris Stovall for Arkansas to take the draw. He's familiar with this arena. He played for the Springfield Express. And now with Arkansas and for Missouri State, it will be the forward turn defense, turn back to forward, Brian Schumacher, who's going to be centering the line of Nikita Salnikov and Heinrich Lohman. And off the draw, it'll be Arkansas with possession of the puck. They'll drop down in their own zone, and it'll be Cosmo Yapello with no goals this season. He has 3 assists. He's looking for his first one. And Arkansas' Stovall will send it in the Missouri State zone.
Shuck will play it behind his own net as he shovels it off on the left-hand side. Chris Brown tries to swipe it around, gets a piece of it. Brennan Anderson comes up with it.
He'll have it across the red line as it goes to Lohman, who shoots it in. Nikita Salnikov to chase. Right out in front, drive, Schumacher, score! Oh, a tic-tac-toe play, and the Ice Bears take the lead. We're not even 31 seconds into this. Well, we are 31 seconds into this hockey game, and Missouri State has the advantage.
That might have been one of the prettiest no-look passes I've ever seen. Salnikov chased it down coming off of the end board. He was actually beside the goal by the time he got it and just dropped the pass behind him, hoping there was an Ice Bear in range, and there was, and it's 1-0. Just 31 seconds into this hockey game.
Great goal there by the Ice Bears, who take the advantage. We'll hear the call in just a moment from Kevin Thurl, but Missouri State, 31 seconds into this game, have a 1-0 advantage.
And now they find themselves pinned in their own end as they try to get things working offensively once again. They get it up to the red line, tap back the other direction. Arkansas had it momentarily. Sweep it toward the blue line. It's taken there. Here comes Steins.
Missouri State Ice Bears goal scored by number 81, Brian Schumacher.
Oh, and some big hitting going on around the neutral zone, and now they're piling up.
Nikita.
Yeah, we do have some helmets flying. In fact, it was bad enough that Kevin stopped his public address announcement, but
yeah, it was right in front of the scoring table, and man, did they rattle the glass there, and there's going to be some folks visiting the penalty box early here. Do we have that on replay? My goodness, what a hit that was that triggered that whole melee.
I don't know if we have the hit there. I'll have to grab that. But meanwhile,
so Schumacher gets the goal, Salnikov the assist, and it's 1-0 as now we'll see how they sort out the penalties.
Here's the hit, Dan. And it was actually a second effort by Perron that came in, and then sticks started flying. And I'll tell you right now, if Sasha Perron gets no penalties out of this, he is going to be lucky, because he's kind of the one that started all this, and we're going to get coincidental minors up on the board. For Missouri State, Hunter Saunders is going to get called for 2. And for Arkansas, it's Sean Foster.
I don't know. The Perron hit looks pretty clean to me. I don't know.
But he cross-checked, and he should have been called for that, and nothing happened.
Possibly. It looked pretty good from where I was. But anyway.
Well, yeah, you weren't.
I wasn't down there getting a shot like
Missouri
that.
State Ice Bears goal scored by number 81, Brian Schumacher.
Okay, we're going to repeat the goal score for you.
Assisted by number 90, Nikita Salnikov. And by number 11, Brennan Anderson.
Oh, they had that as an assist.
Time of
Brennan
that goal
Anderson.
at the 31-second mark of the first period, scored by number 81, assisted by number 90 and number 11.
As we
That's a
skate,
Missouri State
4-on-4 now. Ice Bears trying to break out to Bell.
Here comes Bell on the left side. Bell trying to pass it off to Cooley, and it goes all the way out. And the Ice Bears will regroup and set it up again.
Oh, broken stick for Smith, and he'll have to go straight to the bench to find a replacement.
And in fact, it's going to be a replacement player, as Smith didn't have a stick handy. Puck comes all the way back into the Arkansas zone, and Chris Stovall's there. 10 goals, 15 assists for the junior from Dallas, Texas. Puck back in the Missouri State zone, and they'll set it up again.
Smith with a nice backhander to his fellow defenseman Chris Brown, and here he comes.
4-on-4, Brown across the line in the Arkansas zone. Brown sets it up to Anderson, too hot to handle off of his boot, and it goes all the way down and back into the Missouri State zone.
Shuck will play it there. 4-on-4 we skate for the next 38 seconds as the Ice Bears. Brennan Anderson sweeps through, leaves it untouched. Solnikov will pick it up. He's got speed.
Here comes Solnikov right side. Now he moves. Solnikov waits, looking for some help. Instead, he'll give it up the middle. We go to Anderson. Catches it and instead had to go to the boards because he was losing control of it. Now here's Solnikov. He has a nice move to get around Cameron McAntee. McAntee takes it away from him. Stolen away by Turin. To Solnikov. Back fed over to Turin, and it's grabbed by Williams, who will outlet it all the way down as it goes off of Yapello's skate.
Anderson beats his man Yapello to the puck, and the Ice Bears will get it back. Quick line change for both sides. They'll start on the right wing with the Ice Bears. Losing an edge is Anderson.
And Anderson will glove it down. It's going to be a delayed glove, but the Ice Bears let it go, so no hand pass.
And it'll be Foster who tips it into the zone for Arkansas as they want to get some fresh skates out there. Good forechecking pressure delivered by Alexander Keyser, and Arkansas gets the puck back. Now it's taken away. Ice Bears have it.
Sent all the way down. Barrett is going to chase the beeline on for Missouri State. Travis Barrett, Zane O'Brien, and Jordan Bratton. Puck to the left side, intercepted by Arkansas. Evan Kerr is there, and he's going to take it out. All 6'2", 170 of him. The junior sends it into the Missouri State zone.
Alex DeGuire gets there first, centered through, and nobody there for Arkansas. They had a golden opportunity, but the puck is still in the possession of the gray jerseyed Arkansas Razorbacks as they wear their gray jerseys and stockings, their black helmets and pantaloons, and some white numerals and trim.
Puck cleared all the way down to the Arkansas zone. They almost had too many men, but quickly they jumped back into the bench with 15:49 to go in the period. Here comes Arkansas. Tyler Valentine has his pass stolen, and the Ice Bears, Lohman with a good hit to keep it in at the red line, and then the Ice Bears will regroup in their own zone. Back over to Lohman. Red line shot comes in, no icing. It'll be sent all the way down with 15.5 to go in the period. Puck to the near side boards. Working it still with a battle and trying to get in front of Schumacher, taken away from him by Steins, and he clears it up. Backhand to Air, and he'll send it in, and here's a lead pass for Valentine.
Valentine centers through to the middle, and racing back to cover it up is Warnick for the Ice Bears. Quickly to Lohman.
A bouncing puck. Here comes to Schumacher. He shoots off the post. Went off the outside, then off the glass, then off the glove of the goaltender, Dusenka. Near side boards. 15 minutes to go in the first period. 1-0 Missouri State. They get it back into the Arkansas zone and send it down all the way around where it's grabbed by Missouri State's Lohman. Taken away by Solnikov. Left circle, spins around, looks for some help, can't get it, chipped away, moved out to center, and taken by Chris Salmon, but the Ice Bears will regroup and bring it out of their own zone. Back up to center ice to Matt Matty with a drive that goes wide. Sasha Perron on the ice, sends it below to Matty. 1-0 Missouri State in front to Perron, score! Oh, what a pass! Matty behind the net, over to Perron, and he picked the upper right-hand corner, and Missouri State has a 2-0 lead.
Are we seeing some great passing tonight?
Something is clicking for Missouri State, and I haven't talked to head coach Jeremy Law. He just said everybody looked good in practice. I don't know if that means passing-wise or what, but Missouri State with some great passing behind the net. We'll take a look at this one here on Web Sports Radio's live TV. As it goes behind the Matty, and right out on the left-hand circle, just below the circle, is Perron to score. And Sasha Perron, let's catch the call here.
74, Sasha Perron.
He gets goal number 4 this season.
Assisted by number 91, Matt Matty.
As Arkansas steals.
Time of the goal at 5:31 in the first period.
And a good save that time from Shuck, kicks it back in the corner. Matt Reiser, if I'm not mistaken, that was 5-on-5 for that goal, right? Okay, we were back to 5-on-5 hockey there.
Meanwhile, it's in the Arkansas zone. The Ice Bears have a 2-0 lead back behind the net. Working into the corner of Sean Foster. He'll give it up to Luke Gradisar, the graduate, and he'll bring it over to Colin Young right side.
And Young will send it deep into the corner and go for the line change. Brennan Anderson almost had his pocket pick, but he got it away to Solnikov. Nice outlet.
As it comes all the way down to Sasha Perron, he shoots, and a big save there by Dusenka. Gives up the rebound, but it's taken away by Arkansas, cleared out to center ice, and Missouri State will intercept. It's Josh Bell. Ice Bears play tic-tac-toe with it. Now a tip in off the stick of Hunter Cooley. He's going to race all the way down. He's pushed hard by Kevin LaPlante behind the net. Arkansas, they had it for a moment. The Ice Bears dig it out. Now to Johansson with a shot. To Turin. Back to Johansson, right side. He shoots. Oh, blocked in front. Steins is down. That hit hard. He's trying to get up. Meanwhile, play is down in low. Bell intercepts for Missouri State. LaPlante is there to kick it away. Now taken by Cooley, moved along the boards, shoved to the right side, and finally out to center ice.
Patrick Johansson will scoot back to cover up the crease, and away it comes to Cooley.
2-on-1, Cooley into the zone. Arkansas catches up. Now it will be Keyser with it.
And Alexander skates around Johansson, goes all the way back behind the goal. Oh, a crunching hit from Sam Heiseroth. Stops his progress. Here's a return, and we're going to get a penalty on the retaliation.
It looks like Arkansas.
And it's going to go against Arkansas. The Ice Bears have the puck behind their own goal. Shuck hesitant to come out. Now he finally does, as the Ice Bears take their time setting this up.
Dan, how many broken sticks on the ice? I think there's about $400 worth of broken sticks.
So far, as the puck finally is touched up by Arkansas.
Let's go between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss.
Before the Razorbacks on defense, Evan Kerr took exception to the crunching that his teammate got, and he let that be known. But Arkansas net is about to serve some penalty minutes, and that is number 3, Evan Kerr, headed to the box for the Hogs at the 12-10 mark, with the Bears up already 2-0 and on a big-time roll early in this game.
As he mentioned, Dr. Ben Goss, it is Kerr. So it'll be power play number 1 for Missouri State. The Ice Bears on the power play, 20.6%, 35 goals for 170 opportunities. The Razorbacks, 74.9% on the penalty kill. They've allowed 42 goals, 167 times shorthanded, but immediately off the draw they clear the puck.
Shuck will play it quickly and try to get it back up ice, as the Ice Bears now content to try to set things up. Schumacher behind his own goal will start the rush. They come 5 wide.
Here comes Barrett across the line, breaks free. Barrett right side. Oh, what a drive and a big save by Dusenka, as Barrett broke completely through from the red line on. And what a burst of speed by Travis Barrett. 21 goals, 11 assists, 4 power play goals for the St. Peter's product, the senior. Last year, he had 23 goals and 15 assists, so he's right on that same pace here, maybe surpassing it. Now it'll be Jordan Bratton to come in. He wins the draw from Chris Stovall. Ice Bears work the power play, 1:37. They lead 2-0. Johansson drops in low to Bratton and over to Barrett off of his stick. Went right through him. Bratton calling for it again. Johansson and Schumacher play catch. Schumacher to Johansson. Down the right side to Bratton. High slot again, Schumacher. He waits, gets around Stovall, shoots in, and a big tip is held on to. Zane O'Brien got the tip, and Dusenka is able to hold on to that one.
Board showing 5-0 shots on goal. I know there was at least one shot on Brendan Shuck because I called the save, so hopefully they'll put that one back on the board for Arkansas here in a little while. 11:27 left here in the first period. 2-0 Ice Bears as they go to work on the power play for another minute 17. In the Arkansas zone now.
11:25 to go in the period. Immediately it's taken away, cleared, but it'll be Bell on the far side to gain possession of it. Ice Bears will set it up with 1:07 to go in the power play. Bell gives it off the near side boards, comes into the zone. Cross ice to Bell, left side. Stovall intercepts for Arkansas, and he's able to clear it all the way down.
And in case you're wondering, yes, that is the same Chris Stovall Springfield Express fans would be familiar with here in this town. And now he plays for Arkansas.
Puck comes in at the line, and into the Arkansas zone it is. Dropped down in by the captain, Chris Brown. Here comes Hunter Cooley. He tried to steal it away from Sean Foster of Arkansas. Ice Bears have it on the near side boards. Brown, cross ice to Bell. Left side now, Solnikov. He shoots, save by Dusenka. Cooley is there. He gets knocked down and run into, and Solnikov behind the net. Solnikoff with a bad pass. Gets his own bad pass. Solnikoff still with it. Penalty against Arkansas. Goaltender comes out from Missouri State, but they allow Arkansas to touch it up. It's a high stick, and the Ice Bears will go on a 2-man advantage for 15 seconds.
Well, right now everything coming up roses for the Ice Bears as they lead this one 2-0. And this is who? Again? That is his second penalty already tonight. Sean Foster heads to the box.
Well, let's just say that Foster is kind of that guy. He'll be sitting in the box for a while. Let's go between the glass quickly with Dr. Ben Goss.
For the Razorbacks, number 12, Kevin LaPlante just skated off and went to the locker room. I didn't see that he was favoring anything in particular injury-wise, but I would imagine that it has to be something for him to exit the ice at this point in the game.
Yeah, he took a heck of a shot on the block.
Up the middle as the Ice Bears have the 2-man advantage for 6 seconds. It's taken away and cleared all the way down by Cameron McAtee.
One penalty done, but still a 4-man disadvantage for Arkansas for the next minute 40 as the Ice Bears come back.
Oh, it's a 1-man advantage. Here's Barrett with another power play opportunity. Drop down in low. 10 minutes to go in the first period. 2-0 Missouri State. Here is Bell. Make that Schumacher tried to get it to Bratton. Off of Bratton's stick, and it's out to center ice, and Schumacher will regroup. Missouri State with a 2-0 lead, and they send it into the half boards, and it gets flipped up and out of play. And head coach...
No, we're going to get a penalty.
No.
Yes, we are.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, that's why head coach Andrew Falls was arguing.
We got a slashing call on Stovall.
Yeah, you're right. And Andrew Falls was not happy with that. He was completely arguing, and I thought it was with the play coming out, but you're right, Dan.
The referee behind the play called that one.
So Missouri State continues on the power play. This is a 2-man advantage for 1:08. And they lead 2-0. Anderson left side. It's blocked nicely. Comes right up the middle through the slot, and then finally taken away and cleared by Keyser.
2 minutes for slashing at 10:18 in the first period.
9:20 left in the first period. 2-0 Ice Bears with the advantage, and big 5-on-3 skate right now if they can get some extra on the board.
Here comes Solnikoff racing through the right side. Solnikoff looks in front. Oh, and a good play by the like number 11 as Anderson couldn't get it past Gottlieb's tip away. And Missouri State still leads 2-0. 35 seconds remaining in the 2-man advantage. Here down the middle is Bell. Left side to Solnikoff off the side of the net to Anderson. Back to Bell right side now, circling around. Ice Bears move it again, left side again, a drive. And this one came from Brown. He'll get it again. Chris Brown, top of the left circle actually. 13 seconds to go in the 2-man advantage. Ice Bears get 1 man off, and now the puck is taken away by Keyser, and he'll have a 1-on-3.
Yeah, Keyser with a nice steal, but Bratton with a good defensive play to get it right back. But that did kill some time, and it got 1 more man out of the box for Arkansas. Now we're a 1-man advantage for the Ice Bears.
Beeline on for Missouri State with a 1-man advantage. The drive goes to the far side. O'Brien has it. Take it away. That's another power play opportunity sent in, and a big save by the Ice Bears goaltender, Shuck.
Yeah, that was one of them dangerous bouncers that came in and changed direction on Shuck about 3 times before it got there, but he managed to clamp down on that one. We've seen shots like that go in the past, haven't we, Steve?
8 minutes to go in the period. Yes, we have, Dan. Here's Barrett in front. Schumacher drive, and it went up high and over the net. Schumacher again. Power play for 11 seconds. Schumacher gives it up to Barrett. He shoots, and a glove save as Dusenka will hold on to that. 7:48 to go in the period, and Missouri State with a 2-0 lead. How did we get there? Well, Schumacher gets goal number 1 for the Ice Bears on a nice... Oh, that's the hit there. Hold on. I tell you what. Here we go. This is the one goal in the nice 2-on-1. And just a great behind-the-back pass, and Missouri State has a 1-0 lead. And then the second goal, just another behind-the-back great play in front for Schumacher, and Missouri State has that 2-0 advantage. Puck off the draw is cleared out to center, Dan.
As we go back to even strength now. Ice Bears will dump it in and try to get things restarted. And a good job by Arkansas to kill off a 2-man disadvantage.
Yes, well, it's been longer than that. They've had a couple of 2-man advantages to kill.
And now a breakaway. Here's a shot in. Close score! Evan Kerr on the steal and the 1-man attack. And he got it through the defensive line. Nice cut to his right and then fired back on the left side, top shelf. And it's a 2-1 hockey game. And boy, if that doesn't get the adrenaline going for Arkansas, nothing will.
Well, you know, it's kind of tough for Missouri State. Like you said, Dan, they've had all sorts of power play opportunities. And then this one, all of a sudden, as Kerr picks up the puck that was trailing behind him, and he's able to slam it through past the goaltender, Shuck, who quite frankly hadn't seen much. You know, this is just a second shot that he has seen. And it's got to be tough for the goaltender who's just been kind of sitting around and nothing going on, and then you get Kerr coming in. Let's catch the call.
Assist on the play by number 3, Evan Kerr. Time of the goal at 12:42 of the first period, scored unassisted by number 3.
And Arkansas back on the attack as they send a drive in on Shuck. He'll manage to collect this one up and stop play with 7 minutes exactly on the first period scoreboard. And you saw that one develop down there, Dr. Ben Goss, that goal by Kerr. What a great job he did.
Absolutely, Dan, you're 100% right. He made the Ice Bears look like they were standing still as he wove through them and went around at least 3 defenders and then slammed the puck home to half the deficit at 2-1 as we now tick under 7 minutes here in the first period.
Nice touch pass. Ice Bears have it.
Here's a shot by Matt Matty, and it's held on to by Dusenka. 31 seconds. Schumacher his third, 1-0 Missouri State. 5:31. Perron his fourth, 2-0 Missouri State. Kerr gets his sixth for Arkansas at 12:42, and 2-1 is where we are right now after.
So after being almost all Missouri State in the first half of this period, Arkansas finds something to cheer for themselves about with the great penalty kills and get one on the board, and all of a sudden they've got momentum squarely on their bench. And here's Arkansas to Stovall trying to get it up to center ice. It gets left behind. The Ice Bears will tap it back.
Yeah, hockey is one of those games of momentum, and that's usually what happens. Missouri State with all sorts of pressure, everything looking good, and then all of a sudden it's a 2-1 hockey game. Here comes Perron. He's the one that we inadvertently showed you the highlight of a great hit that started everything with some penalties. Saunders gives it over up the middle. Anderson shot, save, rebound as Dusenka makes the save, loose and underneath Dusenka, and it's held on to, and we get a whistle for a stoppage in play. And Dan, for a split second there, the puck did break free.
Yeah.
And the officials called it dead.
Well, from their angle, it would have been hard to see that with all the bodies flying around down there. I'll give them that much. 2-1 your score, 6:09 left, first period. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Glad you could join us tonight on KBFL FM 96.9 and at 1060, yeah.
Big thanks to Dory Lemoyne keeping us on the air. And we've got a couple of cameramen doing double duty. I know that Alex Somm has gone downstairs, and we have Alex Harmon upstairs with us now doing some great work.
Rule number 1 of radio, know who you're working for.
Well, exactly. And I'll tell you one thing, as the puck goes high up into the right wing corner now, the Missouri State zone, and finally kicked out to center. Without our cameramen, we couldn't do this job. They do such a great job, and I know that Dan Dowell, who of course is going to give us out-of-town scores, is one of the greats, along with Dave Armstrong and Teresa Zamora. Those folks I've just mentioned have given a lot of their time to our broadcast.
Such a big part of our broadcast.
Thank you so much over the years.
Yep, absolutely. We miss all you guys. Love seeing you when we get the chance. Ice Bears now with a 2-1 lead, trying to get something started from their own end, having a hard time getting out. Now they do.
Along to Bell, down the middle. Bell in front, he shoots, and he missed it left. Now Foster steps in front of him for Arkansas. Bell for the Ice Bears. Rubens there. And it is dug out to center. And now grabbed by Gottlieb.
And Dakota skates in backwards, takes the left-handed wrister, and this one deflected up into the netting, out of play. 4:52 left, first period, 2-1, Missouri State over Arkansas. And I can't say enough about how many fans actually made it through that mess outside to come in here where it's warm inside an ice rink.
You know, it's really crazy as we'll go between the glass with Dr. Ben Goss.
Kevin LaPlante just skated back to the Hogs bench, appeared no worse for wear, and he's now waiting to get back in this game.
That is certainly good news.
Good news. Thanks so much, Dr. Ben Goss. But to follow up on your point, Dan, the big thing about it is it's supposed to be an ice park, ice inside, not ice outside.
Yeah, it's actually warmer indoors today. Ice Bears have the puck, outlet to Bratton.
Who'll give it to Barrett across the line, taken away by Yapello and cleared out to center. but Missouri State had trouble with it. Finally, it's slammed in by Valentine all the way down.
Carson Warnick gets met squarely, spun around right behind his own goal. Good play by Valentine to shake up the play, but the Ice Bears come away with it. Here's Barrett.
Across the line to Bratton. He breaks free and he gets hooked. Do we get a penalty
This could be
shot?
a penalty shot.
Oh, the officials say
This should be
no.
a penalty shot. Oh,
No.
it's not going to be.
They're going to call just a penalty. The Ice Bears get the goaltender out. They work the puck. Play continues. Now it's touched up. And do we
really
get a
surprised.
penalty shot? We do!
Yes, we do.
Barrett asked for a penalty shot, and the officials say yes. We are going to get a penalty shot. And the official apparently has ruled that there was enough of a step. Let's take a look at it here. Well, hold on. Here we go. So the officials say it was enough of a break, and they're going to call the penalty shot. So here we go. And Bratton will have the opportunity. Bratton on Dusenka. Jordan Bratton this season with 9 goals, 22 assists. His first penalty shot. Officials say everybody's good, and Bratton will pick it up. He's going to tip it to the left, go to the right, go to the left. He shoots, and a stick save by Dusenka.
Oh, beauty of a save. Yeah, good job, Joseph Dusenka, to keep this a 2-1 hockey game for Arkansas.
And would that have been big for Missouri State as Bratton was trying to pick the upper left-hand corner over the blocker, and it went off the combination blocker and stick hand.
And I love the way Dusenka feigned coming out of the crease and then backed up and really got him off balance.
Ice Bears win the draw. They keep it in the zone. Barrett, and getting hooked again is Bratton. We're going to get a penalty. This one is not a penalty shot, but it is a hooking call. And not happy is Foster because he has the hat trick.
Yep.
Foster has had his 3rd penalty now.
In one period.
Shots are 12-3 in favor of Missouri State. They lead 2-1 on the scoreboard. But what a play by Bratton to draw a penalty low on the right face-off circle.
This is number 4 on the power play opportunities. Am I
It
right?
is number 4. So Missouri State 20.6% coming into today's game. Arkansas 74.9% on the penalty kill.
Ice Bears have got to do something to steal some of that momentum back here. They look like they were going off like gangbusters at the beginning with a quick
wait a
2-0
second.
lead.
We have
It's a
4
double
minutes.
minor.
It's a double minor that's been assessed. Okay, maybe 2 minutes for the initial penalty and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct for arguing. That's what I think it is. Here's Johansson, gets in front to Barrett. Oh, glove save. Let's catch the call.
52, Sean Foster. A 2-minute minor for hooking and a 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep.
Time of the penalties at 16:09 of the first period.
You got it.
That is the call.
4 penalties, 8 minutes for Foster. His whole team has a total of 12 minutes.
Well,
That's not going to make Coach Copa
Well,
very
this is
happy.
a golden opportunity for Missouri State. They have 2 double minor penalties to work on, or 2 penalties. It's a double minor. Here's Bratton, low along the goal line. Yapello is there, waiting for some help from Barrett. Spins it to the far side. Schumacher avoids a check. Now kicks it to himself. Bratton, right side. High slot to Johansson. Ice Bears spin around. They tried to get it to Barrett. It went off of him, and it's cleared by Keyser.
Chuck will get it out quickly as Arkansas might have got caught in a line change.
Ice Bears will work it across the line to Bratton. He spins around. Everybody catches up. Bratton shoots. Blocker save. Rebound. Bratton again. He'll spin around and look for the right side. Gives it over to Johansson. High slot to Bratton again, working the power play. The first one. Johansson tipped in front and just missed by Barrett. Low along the goal line on the right side. Sent over to Bratton with 2:55 to go. Now puck up the middle. Bratton again to Bell to Bratton. He shoots, pad save, rebound, and it's covered up by Dusenka. 2:30, make that 2:47 to go in the power play.
And crisp passing.
Good passing this time. Dan, this is a completely different team than I saw in game 1 against Alabama. That was a team that had no passing, no emphasis on anything, and now it's a different story. Ice Bears win the draw. Anderson to Brown. Back to Bell, high slot, Ice Bears circle. Shot in, pad save, rebound, and another save as Anderson got the second rebound. Solnikoff on the ice now. Goes to Perron. Power played with 2:31 remaining, but that's a double minor, so if they score here, it resets to 2. Brown with it, high slot to Bell. He shoots, missed wide. Right side. Near side boards now on the right side. Brown with it, he shoots. Big save, Dusenka. Over to the left side, far side now to Solnikoff. Waits in the left faceoff circle, gets it to Perron, spins around. Perron shoots and a save, Dusenka. He'll hold on.
Boy, they got all guns blazing right now, and Dusenka's standing up tall in the crease.
Missouri State, with all sorts of pressure, they have 7 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Perron will come in to take the draw along with Stovall of Arkansas, and they're going to kick Stovall out. So Keyser will come in for Arkansas, and off the draw, the Ice Bears will win it again. Power play with 5 seconds to go in the front end of the power play. Then it'll be another one. Now we go with another one. 5th power play for Missouri State. Puck high slot. Here's Bell. He shoots. It's blocked, and Stovall has a race.
And he's racing with Bell, and Josh can't get back. Stovall comes in on goal, shoots, and a save by Shuck. We're going to get a penalty the other direction now.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to get a penalty, and Bell's going to get called. And Missouri State has just given up the second half of that double minor. It's a hooking call.
Only the second penalty against the Ice Bears tonight. This one against Josh Bell for hooking, as you mentioned.
And in minute 45, we're going to skate 4-on-4 for a minute 45, and then barring any further penalties, it'll be a short 15-second power play for the Razorbacks. And if indeed that happens, Dan, that'll be the only power play for the Razorbacks right now.
17-3 in favor of the Ice Bears as far as shots on goal are concerned, but only a 2-1 advantage on the scoreboard as we go 4-on-4 and open up the ice a little bit. And head coach John Culpa, not quite sure what lineup he wants out there. Now they'll finally get the skaters they want out there. As Andy Williams goes out to join his teammates, Stovall will step into the circle for Arkansas against Brennan Anderson. And that's not Anderson, that was Turin who won the draw for the Ice Bears, but immediately it's stolen away by Arkansas. And they'll lose the puck. The Ice Bears come up with it.
It'll come across the ice to Turin. He's going to chase it all the way down. And sending it behind is McCaddy. Far side as Carson Warnig slammed into the boards inadvertently. Stovall with it for Arkansas. Ice Bears want to change. They won't do it just yet. Here's McCaddy with it.
Cameron McCaddy will take the shot. Nice pass saved by Shuck. Picked up by Arkansas in the corner. And they're ridden off the play by Carson Warnig. Warnig now has the puck. Almost lost it, got it back again. Now stands behind his own goal and looks out as he comes up the middle of the ice. Goes right side to Smith.
45 seconds remaining in the period. Ice Bears do get back on. Oh, no.
Oh, I thought they were back.
Yeah, I thought Smith did too, but they're saying no. So offside with 40.2 seconds remaining. And coming up at the first period intermission, we will have an interview with the athletic director of Missouri State, Kyle Moats. It's an interview we did a couple of weekends ago when he came here, but we'll replay that interview with you, or for you, with him.
As we go back to play, Arkansas retreats.
Ice Bears win it. Saunders almost had it taken away. That on a good play by Dakota Gottlieb. 28 seconds to go in the period. We're 4-on-4. Puck to the corner, and actually, Dan, we're not going to have Kyle Moats. We're going to have the general manager of the St. Louis Cardinals joining us.
All right. As shot comes in on goal, and it got away from Shuck after he made the initial save. Here's a second opportunity. This one whistled wide by Alex DeGuire, and it comes back outside.
3 seconds to go in the period, and that should do it for the period. As Missouri State has a 2-1 lead. And let's go quickly behind the glass, or between the glass with Dr. Ben Goss.
Give me just a few more moments, Steve. We're taking care of some business here as the coaches are conferring. Give me just a moment or two, and we'll have that.
All right, no problem. As you mentioned, they are kind of discussing a couple of things here. And we do have now finally Ben Goss with Jeremy Law.
Coach Law, that was kind of a wild and crazy first period of play. Lopsided advantage for your team in terms of shots and penalty minutes. Fast start out to 2-0 lead, and then Arkansas cuts it to 2-1. Your thoughts on the first period of play?
Yeah, should be a lot more than 2-1 right now. Not happy with not executing on our power plays. So it's a tight game. So it doesn't, the shots don't really indicate how close this one is. So.
Thoughts on your team's passing, which appears to be as crisp as we've ever seen to this point in the season?
Yeah, I thought it was really good to start off the game, and I think it got a little sloppy at the end there. So we need to have a better period in the second here.
Good luck in the second, Coach.
Thank you.
That is head coach Jeremy Law with his thoughts on period number 1. How did we get here? Well, Missouri State with the first goal of the game. At 31 seconds, Schumacher, the assist from Salnikov and Anderson, and the Ice Bears celebrate that 1-0 advantage. Then Sasha Perron gets his 4th of the season at 5:31, and again, it's another behind the net pass, that is, and the Ice Bears are rocking and rolling. Then at 12:42, it's Kerr getting his 6th for Arkansas to make it a 2-1 game. And all of a sudden, Missouri State thinks what's going to happen, and the Ice Bears thought that everything would go well as Jordan Bratton gets tripped and a penalty shot ensues, but Bratton is not able to grab that penalty shot, and Missouri State still has a 2-1 advantage after one period of play. Well, it is our pleasure now. We have a lot of people that end up joining us. What are you looking at, Dan?
Well, all of a sudden, Alex Harmon, Alex Somm grew a beard and dark hair, and now he's Alex Harmon.
I told you it was Alex earlier. You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't.
That's okay.
We changed cameramans in the middle of the stream.
Let's get on to bigger and better, though, because we have Dan Reeder, who is the general manager of the St. Louis. I almost put you in a different position there, of the Springfield Cardinals, and Dan, it's glad to have you here. I know baseball season is just about to start, and I'll tell you what, every time, it doesn't matter who's playing, but every time I go to Hammons Field, most of the time I go for a Cardinals game, but that draws me in. What's it like to play in such a great facility as Hammons Field?
I think the field itself is maybe the best in all of baseball, Major League, Minor League, and I think that our groundskeeper and his crew, there's a reason they keep winning Field of the Year awards. And I think when it comes down for Missouri State, what an amazing recruitment tool to be able to bring players in there in high school and be able to show them this field that's, keeps winning best field in AA. And I think the other testament to the field itself has been when you ask other players that aren't Cardinals their favorite minor league stadium, they say Hammons Field. And I think the amount of work that goes in there was one of the two things that surprised me the most about working with baseball. The groundskeepers are so passionate. They don't just mow the grass, it's a science. And they work so hard at it, and I'm glad that that's something you notice, because they do. They work tirelessly. They're watching apps on their phones for weather. They're checking the updates. They come in on every weekend to make sure it's mowed and it stayed fresh. So the field itself takes an unbelievable amount of work.
Now, one thing I want to understand, because I've seen this. Now, I went to a game and it rained, and I mean, it poured like crazy, and I thought, game's done, forget it. And then I start hearing from people, oh, don't worry, we're good to go. And a public address announcer says, give us about an hour, we should be ready to go. And then I see them start to kind of squeegee the grass, so to speak. Now, apparently, there are drains underneath the outfield somewhere. So I have two questions.
Yes.
One, what is it all about? And two, wouldn't you normally just trip over what's there? What kind of draining system is it?
Yeah, it's again, the drainage system itself, I've heard estimates before, and it's before I was there when it was built, is about $650,000 worth of drainage.
Wow.
There's levels of rock, of sand. They build in the pipes so they can go to the Jordan River. And so whenever you have that in there, it's built in almost the diamond, how it's kind of the diamond shape. There's both left field and right field, and you take those squeegees and you move it in there. But on top of it, you kind of have what you think of as a typical drain. There's actually a thin layer that you put back over it so the field plays, so if a player is running over it, he doesn't trip on one of the drains. But man, I'll tell you, you're kind of breaking my heart talking about the tarp. I hate that thing. Probably the things I hate the most in my life is the number one, the tarp. Again, it's a necessary evil. It does allow us to be able to play more. But man, I hate that tarp. And the hardest thing that I have to do in my entire job, the hardest thing as a general manager is dealing with weather. Because you want the players to be safe, you want the fans to be safe, you want people to get their money's worth, and it's such a hard decision on if you're going to delay it, if you're going to cancel it. It is the least favorite part of my job, but I am glad that we have that drainage system so that we're able to play it and to get as many games in as possible.
Oh, it absolutely phenomenal. I remember it was a situation where you had to get 2 games in. It had to do something with your standings, whether you're not you were going to make the playoffs or something like that, and you had to get those games in. You could have played the next day, but then you were going on the road. It was some strange, crazy thing where you had to get a game in that night, and it was raining. And when all was said and done, I mean, seriously, I thought the game was going to go maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because of what was happening. And that field was ready to go probably 9:30 at night. By the time we got done, it was 11. But, you got the game in, and I've never seen anything like. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Just to see.
I can't even stand to get on the roof and sweep the leaves out of my gutter, let alone.
It's absolutely crazy.
It takes a village. I think it's a lot like this, where there's so many people that come in to make the experience here for hockey. From the top down, that it takes everyone chipping in. And baseball's no different. I mean, it's so much teamwork that goes in there. And honestly, you try to hope that the fans don't notice how hard it is. And I think it's the same thing here is just watching the people getting the ice ready. Watching the staff that's working behind the concessions. It does take it takes a village to get it done, and our staff does that. They chip in wherever they can. Because the number one thing we always say is if the game doesn't happen, nothing else matters.
Well, let's get down to the brass tacks here. When do you get to play on that beautiful field this year?
Our home opener is going to be on April 11th. So the Bears are going to be playing a little bit before that. I believe they start at the end of this month. So baseball's coming. It's coming fast. I know that actually Missouri State, they started on the road today. But our home opener for this Cardinals is going to be on April 11th. So we are gearing up for it. We're really excited. We're kind of having a bold statement this year when we're telling people don't buy season tickets. So it's kind of a thing we're telling people don't buy season tickets.
A little reverse psychology? Or
No, we eliminated season tickets.
Completely?
Oh, seriously?
Season tickets are gone. However, we are proud to introduce memberships.
Explain this.
But what I'll say, though, is we did a lot of research into this. And one of the trends that I think you're going to see across all of sports, people are going to get rid of season tickets. We're just kind of on the early side of it. And the reason being is that people have changed, and the teams, we need to change with them. So we're introducing our program that now if you miss a game, you trade it in for any other game you want. If you don't like the games that are in your package, trade it for any other game you want. But I think the really cool part about it's going to be is that you can buy a package that's only 2 games a month, but then you're going to get a card, and you can walk into every single game. So even though you might only have, the 2 games a month, you can walk in every Friday night to watch every fireworks show. You can come in on every Thursday night and eat some dollar brats and go home. So we're really excited. This is going to be one of the most innovative ticket programs in the entire country.
Okay,
and it starts with don't buy season tickets.
Okay, I am interested in this. Now, how does that work? What's the cost?
The cost is $95 for the entire year. So $95, you're going to get seats to 2 games a month, which is 10 games, but then you have that access pass to walk into all 70 Cardinals games.
Now, do you pay extra with the extra games, or
what's that?
It's free.
You don't pay extra for the extra games?
No, you're going to have your seats for those set number of games, but then you're going to have a pass
to
come in for general admission. It's general admission. It's kind of the benches along the back. Right. It's the grass area. We're working on making some improvements so the standing areas are a little bit better. But we're extremely excited, and we think that the key to this is that we're stopping to sell a product that we tried to sell, and we're trying to give people a product that they want that works for their schedule. And that's kind of one of the things we've realized is we want people to control their schedule, not listen to what we tell them it is. So we're very excited for this.
I think that is a phenomenal idea, and I'll be the first to sign up because for $90, I mean, you're going to pay, let's say you pay 95?
95.
Okay, I'll pay the extra 5 too.
But it's not enough to
be careful. I mean, you're ready. I'll take credit cards on the spot. I mean, again, I'm a salesman in nature.
All right, here you go. Here's my credit card. But seriously, because you pay. Okay, so you pay $13 for a ticket. Now, if you're locked into 13, and I know you get a little bit of a discount with a season ticket, but let's say for the topic of conversation, 10. So to make it easy, you're locked in to 10 tickets for how many home games normally?
Normally we have 70 home games, but
okay.
This package is for 10 of those 70.
Okay, so that's like a $700 investment. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden
It's $95.
It's $95. You get to go to 2 games a month, and the average person probably, I mean, you're going to have people that will go almost every night, but the average person is probably going to go normally to 2 or 3. And then you have the option to get in there for, like you said, for...
Just walk in and watch some extra fireworks, some bonus.
Yeah, go to the general admission with your family, and do you still have family packages and things like that?
No, it's just per person. So that's kind of thing is that we looked at them, and honestly, we need to crawl before we walk. And we think this year we've done a lot of planning to do this the best we can, but I think we are going to have some problems. And the reason is it's such a new program. So we need to see how it's going to work, and we're trying to tell our new members that when you see a problem, tell us fast because we want to work it out. And that's the thing we've been trying to tell our people that have had season tickets for the last 14 years, like, help us. We're trying to do a program that's better by you. And I think the biggest part, no one wants to waste money. No one does. And I think that's one of the best features is that if you miss a game, you bring back that ticket to any other game you want.
So
it's just such a great way to make sure no one wastes their own money.
On the reverse side, you do have people that come every game.
We do.
That's kind of their livelihood, so to speak. It's going to be more expensive, right, for somebody who wants a season ticket?
We offer different packages. So the 95 is the one that, like, we want to appeal to the masses, but yes, you have your diehards. And we are doing something really cool for them, too, though. So if you are one of those people that wants to come to every single game, or you're a business that wants to have tickets for every single game, we're actually going to put their business name on their seat. So that if you're one of those people that wants to come to every single game, that I would walk in and I would see Dan Ryder on my seat. So it's something that we're trying to, and that's the part, is that, I want to make this for families. I want to make this for every single person in this entire region. But we also know we have those diehards, and we have those businesses that want to have every single game. So we've made sure to have packages that we hope appeal to everybody, and we do think it's going to be an emotional thing. If you're a fan and you walk in and you see your name on your seat, if you do buy that, like we're calling it the MVP membership, that's going to be cool. And I think it's going to be a really cool thing. You're going to see a lot of people changing their social media profile pics to be their name on their seat.
Now, if I buy the $95 package, which sounds like a great deal for someone like me.
It's all about the Benjamins with this guy,
No, it's not.
People want value, though.
Let me tell you what it's about. Will I get a special card that has my name on it and it says that, hey, I'm Steve and who I am?
That's going to be your membership card. So that's going to be, you're going to have that card so that if you want to walk in for an extra fireworks night and you say you're downtown. Say for example, it was a doubleheader from hockey to baseball. I don't think the timing exactly works unless you're at spring training, but but you would be able to be downtown on a Friday night, go to dinner, and say, you know what, let's use our card. Let's walk in and watch some fireworks just for some extra fun. So, but yes, your name will be on that special membership card, so you can get your bonus baseball.
I like it.
I do too. That's a great plan.
It really is.
I want to ask you some real, actual baseball questions.
You bring it.
I have always wondered about being a coach in a farm system for a Major League Baseball team, or for hockey, or for any other sport for that matter. To me, that seems like a harder job than actually being on the top level, because you've got players coming, you've got them going, they drop down, they raise up, and you never have the same team all season long. How do you maintain a certain level and a certain amount of success when you don't know from week to week for sure who you're going to have on the roster?
It always starts at the top. And what I mean is that when you're a coach at one of those minor league levels, you have to buy in to what the parent club's doing. And you understand that the greater good is wins in the big leagues, not wins in the minors. And that's what they do. I think every coach we've ever had, every manager we've ever had, believes in what the St. Louis Cardinals are trying to do to be able to win their next World Series. And, when you mention which one's harder, what I'll say is that when you're at the top, yes, your guys, they're the best of the best talent. However, can you imagine dealing with the media scrutiny that they do nonstop? The pressure that they have to win. I think that the pressure and the stress is even 20 times fold what they see, 100 times fold in the big leagues compared to the minors. But the minors, I do think a big part of it is believing in your parent club. And the Cardinals, when you look at it, a big part of the Cardinals' major league coaching staff have been guys that coach for them in the minors. So the Cardinals don't just promote their players, they've been promoting their coaching staff. And that helps people from across baseball believe that if you go to the Cardinals, you have a chance to be a big leaguer, whether you're a player or you're a coach.
Now, do you actually have meetings with those higher echelon coaches and they say, okay, this is what we're trying to do this month, we need these guys to do this and what have you?
Do I? No, I am not on that. That's way more skilled than I'm allowed to deal with. Way more skilled. But that's the part of the business and the baseball. And I'm privy to some great conversations. I'll tell you guys, John Mozeliak, the president of baseball operations for the Cardinals, I don't know if I've ever been around someone that I just want to shut up and listen to. And the reason being, He's so smart, and he's such a great leader, and he brings a vision to everything he does, and people want to be around him to buy into that vision. So as a Cardinal fan, and I am a fan, I feel great with the state of the organization, knowing it's led by the DeWitt family and John Mozeliak with the baseball operations. What
are some of the names we have to look forward to this season? Some of the guys that you think are going to do an outstanding job for the Cardinals organization?
I have no idea yet. And I say that because when you go to spring training, you don't know who's going to end up on your minor league roster. A few years ago, for example, we were telling people, Michael Wacha is going to anchor our rotation. This guy's going to be amazing. Well, he did so good at spring training, he never showed up in Springfield. He started out in AAA. So right around April 1st, we'll know who's going to be coming to town, and our staff will be doing a lot of really fast research to know which players we're going to have. But that's the name of the game. You know, you want guys that want to excel. We hope they want to get out of Springfield because we want them moving on to help out the big league club.
Dan Ryder is the general manager for the Springfield Cardinals. Dan, two quick questions here. One, I'm looking at the ring on your finger. Which one is that?
That is the 2013 National League Championship ring.
Very nice. And what brought you to Springfield? What put you in the position that you're in right now?
Sure, I went to high school here. I graduated from Springfield Catholic High School. Went to school in state at Mizzou. Then I won a TV contest to be president of the Cardinals for a day, right before the Springfield Cardinals started in 2005. So I landed a job with the company I loved, and I've slowly worked my way up over the last 14 years from the last throw-in hire they had to vice president and general manager.
Moral of this story, if they're going to have a contest about being a general manager for a day, take it.
There you go. Dan, you going to let us sit in the dugout next time?
Well, it goes into it. I don't think the manager would let me. I'm not going to step on the field. I know my role. My role's in the business side. Okay, guys, thank you very much for having me today.
Appreciate it. We'll be in the clubhouse, the upper echelon clubhouse, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Up high in the skybox.
All right.
Thank you, Dan. Come back and see us again.
Absolutely.
All right. That is Dan Reeder, the general manager of the Springfield Cardinals. And again, appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are ready for period number 2 here between Missouri State and Arkansas. And it is a 2-1 lead for the Ice Bears. Earlier on, Missouri State, the Division III squad, unfortunately for the Division III squad, and that's unfortunately the tail end of it. There we go. The Division III squad played a game earlier today. They lost by a count of 4-3, and was it a bad goal? It was a nice tip, but just a bad goal for Missouri State to give up, and the Division III squad ends up losing by a count of 4-3 as Wisconsin Platteville in the Mid-America Collegiate Hockey Association playoffs beat the Ice Bears Division III squad. And boy, Missouri State came back from a 2-0 deficit to tie things up at 3-3, and then they lose in overtime, quickly in overtime, about a minute and a half in.
But their season is not over yet.
No, not yet, because they are in regional playoffs. Missouri State is number 9, and they will be in the regional playoffs, which will be coming up here in the next couple of weeks.
That might have been loud enough.
It definitely was. Meanwhile, as we are underway here in the second period, Missouri State skating from the right to the left, Arkansas from the left to the right across your KBFL radio dial. Puck is sent down immediately, and they wave off the icing.
Well, yeah, it could have been played easily by Alex DeGuire, so they wave it off. The Ice Bears are in the zone. They have the puck.
Short power play now for Arkansas for about another 8 seconds.
Anderson takes a whack at it, fanned on it partially. It comes back out to center ice to Brown, and now we're going to get a whistle behind the play.
A penalty. It's a high stick, and it goes against Schumacher.
Well, not the way you wanted to start this period off. Only 27 seconds in, and the Ice Bears will be shorthanded. And is this the first power play for? No, second one.
This is the second one because they had a short one for about 8 seconds.
Yeah, 8-second power play. Those count too.
19:33 to go in the period. We'll get station identification for you coming up on the next stoppage, and it'll be Arkansas to win the draw. It'll come back to Cameron McAtee.
A lot of open ice right now.
Drop it to Stovall. High slot. Stovall waits. Ice Bears lead 2-1, but Arkansas could tie the game. Over to Stovall. High slot. They go again to Gottlieb. Over to McAtee. Far side. Now Stovall. Drive. He hit the post. That actually was not Stovall. That was Gottlieb, and he hit the post, and it came out.
Had him beat. But the goaltender's best friend comes through. It's still 2-1 Ice Bears. as Arkansas now starts from their own end on the power play.
Missouri State with the line change. 1:20 to go on the power play. Salmon drops it down in low, spun around and cleared out to center ice by Smith, and the Ice Bears will want to change once again.
Stovall tried to dump it back to his own defenseman, and nobody expected it. It goes all the way to the corner, and that'll kill a little bit of a time gap here. And 1:02 left in the power play.
Puck cleared across the line into the zone, right side. Now it'll go to Kerr. Gottlieb, high slot again, a shot that's saved off the back of the net. Out of position is the goaltender Shuck, but he gets back in. 47 seconds to go on the power play. Right side now to Kerr. Drop below him over to Carson Warnig for Missouri State. Puts a stick in front of the puck to keep it away. Kicks it to himself and is able to move it. Still can't move it low along the goal line. Now to the left side, Cameron McAtee. Gives it over to Stovall to Gottlieb. In front save. A big save by Shuck, as it had a deflection in front, and Shuck was able to make the save. Near side boards at the right dot. It'll be Derek Smith to take it away and not clear it.
That was guided.
It was guided, and the officials let it go. That's the new rule. You cannot guide the puck. You have to drop it down. McAtee got away with that one. Now it'll go to the left side, and a shot comes in off of Gradisar. That came in front. Now Kerr, good deflection save as the follow-up was held on to. McAtee got it, but a good deflection in front by the Ice Bears defense of Schumacher.
And that will do it for the power play, so we're back at full strength now. Still 2-1, the Ice Bears. I'm Dan Lay along with Steve Casson. We've got Matt Reisner on stats. We've got Alex Harmon on your WestSportsRadio.com video camera at the moment. Dr. Ben Goss down between the glass. Dory minding the store back at KBFL, FM 96.9, AM 1060. Glad you could join us tonight. Anywhere in Springfield and the surrounding area, especially up in Buffalo. Glad to have you aboard. Ice Bears try to push the puck into the zone.
Buffalo, New York.
On the right side is Turin, and he gives it to Bell. Bell will dance around a defender into the corner. Now he gets spun around momentarily by Air, and Matthew can't get it away from him. Now it's poked back out toward the top of the slot. Arkansas lifting it up under the neutral zone. Brown will chase it down for the Ice Bears. Steals it back, gives it ahead. Here's Bell. Bell gets ridden off the puck by Foster, and the puck slides out toward the blue line. Arkansas on the run.
Lead pass is deflected by Anderson. That's a delayed offside. And Turin will be able to grab it for Missouri State. 16.5 to go in the second period. 2-1 Ice Bears. Anderson left side across the Arkansas line.
Has Bell trailing, gives the puck to him. Bell gets met at the face-off circle. It's poked into the corner by Kerr. Chipped shot, goes bouncing wide to the left, comes back to Broughton. Centers one through, saved. Oh, what a great save that time off the stick of Rubin, as DeSenka really didn't have much time to get to that one and did. And finally it's flipped up into the netting out of play. 2-1 your score, 15-16 left here in the first period, or the other way around, 16-15. Maybe it's both 16s. It's hard to tell on this scoreboard anymore. We need to get some of those light bulbs replaced somewhere along the way.
There you go. Dan, I have now the updates, and we'll get to it at the next stoppage and play, but the updates on the Nationals, if it started today.
Okay. As Arkansas tries to tip out of their own zone, and do. And now they are on the attack.
Puck cleared down with 16 minutes to go in the period. In the Arkansas zone, far side boards, Trevor McLean. He'll give it up, and a shot that's partially blocked as Luke Ayer had that opportunity. O'Brien to the near side boards. Drop down in low. Yapello was there to check it away from O'Brien for Missouri State. And the Ice Bears will dig it out. 15:41 to go. And Missouri State out of their own zone. They lead 2-1. Johansson had it momentarily. Now to Heiserow.
Sam will bring it across the red line and dump it into the zone. As a quick change, Johansson will go in favor of Warning, and Warning will have to chase it down immediately into his own zone.
Puck cleared into the corner. Now to the point, held in, and the Ice Bears with some good defense, but it is taken away and missed wide by Gradisar to the right side. Now a shot in that's blocked inadvertently off the Corey Delisle, and Missouri State breaks out a 2-on-2.
Barrett's got room on the left-hand side. He's got help as he gets it in on the left-hand side to Lohman. Lohman will spin it back to Barrett. Barrett all the way around the far corner, leaves it behind for Lohman, or is that Bratton? I'm not sure. No, that's Lohman. And it comes out to the center ice once again. No, that was Bratton. Boy, it's hard to tell that 8 from the 9. and we're going to get a whistle and a penalty on Carson Warnig.
Want to say hi to Rhonda Armstrong, who is watching from Las Vegas. Also Dave Armstrong, who says that he has never seen a better timekeeper ever in his life. Well, why is that? Because his son, Ryan Armstrong, and Rhonda's son, is he's doing the timekeeping tonight.
Nothing wrong with the timekeeping. We're just talking about the light bulbs themselves in the scoreboard. Kind of hard to read the scoreboard nowadays.
Yeah, we can't blame that on Army. Puck is taken away and cleared and sent all the way down. But there are new lights. Have you noticed that? There's some stronger lights out there.
Some are, yeah, they're slowly getting replaced, I think.
They are. Puck back in the Missouri State zone.
Penalty on the play to Missouri State, number 61.
Here's Anderson on the penalty kill as they break one free. Saunders had it momentarily out in front and couldn't steer it home. This is the third power play opportunity for Arkansas. And Ice Bears look like they're the ones on the attack right now as they steer it back into the Arkansas zone. Fighting for it is Saunders on the forecheck. Can't quite get to it. Arkansas still pinned back in their own end. 1:20 left in the power play. Finally, they work it forward.
Across the line into the zone. Now it's Brown to corral it and chip it out to center ice. Arkansas with possession. McAtee sends it all the way, rims it around the boards. The Ice Bears are there. A bouncing puck taken away by Brown, moved into the near side. McAtee will get it for Arkansas. On a return pass from Kerr. Back to McAtee. They circle, high slot, far side boards, now over to the left dot. Again to McAtee, high slot. He shoots, broken up by the Ice Bears, and cleared by Brown on his knees and all the way out.
43 seconds left. That only came as far as the neutral zone. Arkansas turns it back quickly.
They get it across the line. Here's Gradisar. He gets bumped off by Brown. It's behind the net. Sasha Perron with it, chips it out, and a bouncer to Turin. Can he catch up to it? No.
Almost, but Arkansas gets it back.
Ice Bears in a potential line change. Broken up as Kerr tried to move in. Now it'll be Alex DeGeyer to pick it up. Sends it over to Gradisar. Across the line into the zone and scooped up by the Ice Bears goaltender Brendan Schuck.
12 seconds left on the power play opportunity for Arkansas. Still a 2-1 hockey game. Dr. Ben Goss between the glass.
Well, one thing that I'm noticing here, and I must have failed to appreciate to this particular point in the season, is just how fast big guy Sasha Perron can get up and down the ice. He's really got some wheels for one of the Ice Bears' bigger enforcers, and great to have that in addition to some of the wingers out there in terms of being able to move the puck up and down the ice for the Ice Bears.
12:58 remaining in the period, and we do owe station identification. We'll get it at the next stoppage. Here's Solnikov. He's able to clear it all the way down, and no icing because of the penalty.
And that will do it for the penalty as he timed that perfectly. No icing, but it's over.
Was that 3 or 4, Dan? That was a long penalty.
That was
number 3.
Yeah, that was number 3.
Now we get an icing call, and just a reminder, you are listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
12:38 remaining in the period. And the face-off will come in the Arkansas zone to the right of Joseph Dusenka, left as he looks at it.
And Schumacher will win the draw for the Ice Bears as they go back to work offensively. Send it all the way around the boards. Nikita Solnikov, pressured heavily from behind in the corner, has to give up the puck. Oh, some big shoulders being thrown down there on the half board as finally Schumacher will wing it back the other way, all around behind. And it comes back on the other side to Lohman, to Schumacher. Or actually, that was Bratton to Schumacher. And now it comes forward for Arkansas.
Left to right across the line. Gradisar is going to chase it down, come all the way behind the net. Work it over to Chris Salmon. And Salmon will step in front of Derek Smith. Schumacher puts a hit on him. We're in the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears lead 2-1. 12 minutes to go in the second period. Far side boards for Carson Warnig. Warnig will not get it out to center. It's held on to by Salmon looking in front. They pass it in, and a shot missing wide as it came over to Corey Delisle. Ice Bears on their heels now. They lead 2-1. And they had, keep in mind, a penalty shot that was not made by Jordan Bratton earlier on in this first period.
As Henrik Lohman dumps it into the zone and tries to chase himself, but he's headed off with the pass, and the puck comes back out to the point. Ice Bears manage to stick it in with Brown. Now it trickles outside the zone, taken by Solnikov. He cuts back in. Looks for the toe drag. Can't get it around the defender. Great defensive move that time from Tyler Valentin. It comes out to center ice. Brennan Anderson backpedals.
Spoke to head coach Andrew Falls, and he said he was really worried about Salnikov. He thinks Salnikov's probably one of the best players he's seen in a while.
He's worried about him?
Just as far as what he can do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's a shot! Saved somehow by Dusenka as it got behind him and did not cross the red line.
I think that was a goal. I wish we could have a replay. But that was a goal. I think it tipped up underneath the net.
And the goal ended up coming off the post to stop action.
Let's go to Dr. Ben Goss. Ben, what did you see?
Steve, I agree with you. It looked like that thing went across the line. Of course, I'm at a less than optimal angle, as are you in terms of height and distance, but I don't have any earthly idea how that puck, being in the position that it was behind the Arkansas goalie Dusenka, could not have counted as a goal. But be that as it may, the Hogs now have a man in the box, and the Ice Bears are on a power play.
As they lose the draw, and it comes all the way out. Steve?
Go ahead and take it down. I'm going to see if we can get a look at that replay.
As Chris Brown circles back behind his own goal and leaves it off for Bell. Bell has a little steam, gets around one man, comes into the zone on the right side, tries to push one into the slot. It's steered back onto the half board, but Anderson there to pick it up for the Ice Bears. Gets around his man Steins, and it comes back out to the point. Here's Bell at the top of the slot, now working left side. Salnikov with a drive, and this one a little bit wide as Sasha Perron came in to try to tip that one, and it tipped a little bit wide. Now they have to clear the zone momentarily. Here's Brown to Perron. Perron tries to center one through, and it got through the leg pad, but it was going the wrong direction. It came all the way back out and down the length of the ice.
Puck is cleared. Next stoppage, we'll go ahead and take a look at that replay and see. But the Ice Bears now with 1:07 to go on power play number 6, I believe.
Oh, and there's a turnover.
Off of Bell's stick. Here is Keyser with it. He does not have any help, so he's just going to wait and clear it out to center ice. 55 seconds remaining.
Arkansas with the puck at their own blue line. They'll dump it ahead.
To Gradisar. Now Young gets it checked away from him by Anderson, and Anderson turns it over. Now he'll get it back. Tips it ahead. It's across the line, though, and taken away by Johansson and cleared out to center.
They finally get it ahead to Bratton, and it looked like O'Brien might have been offside, but they get away with it. Here's Schumacher now, and on the right side is Johansson, and 28 seconds left in the power play for the Ice Bears, who lead it 2-1. Deep into the corner. Here's O'Brien skating. Now gives it up to Bratton. Tries to feed it back outside to Johansson. He'll drive, and this one is deflected as players fall to the ice just in front of the crease. Good defensive work by Arkansas. Now back outside. Johansson will tee it up again, and this one into the breadbasket of Dusenka to stop play with 4 seconds left in the power play.
Let's take a look at that play. We're going to slow it down a little bit for you all. That was the tail end of it. Okay, let's see if I can set that up and get a little bit better shot for you.
In the meantime, the Ice Bears will have 4 seconds and a face-off just to the left of Dusenka.
We're going to take a look at it now as the play will come into view in just a second. And there's the shot. And, it may have hit. It looks like it may have hit where the crossbar and the goalpost meet. And what we saw was the stick, possibly the stick, that made it look like it was a potential goal. So I'm going to agree at this point with the officials who did not call it a goal.
Off the face-off, there's a drive and a good pad blocker save that time from Dusenka, and we're back at full strength. Ice Bears will dump it in and wait to see what Arkansas wants to do with it. Now here's an interception at the line. Bratton has it. Got double teamed. Barrett there to pick up the loose change. He couldn't move toward the net, and it comes back out to Arkansas's Evan Kerr. Kerr's pass intercepted at the big bear head. Bratton has his pass chipped away. Schumacher, the trailer, picks it up. He'll carry into the zone through the slot, and this one rolls up the arm and into the netting off of Dusenka to stop play with 8:21 left in the second period. 2-1. Missouri State University leads this one. Looked for all the world like they were going to break off and run this one out in a hurry. For the first half of the first period, it was all Missouri State. Arkansas has kept it close.
Dan, I asked Dave Armstrong what the weather is in Las Vegas.
I don't want to know, do I?
It's 55, which isn't bad right now.
That's not too bad. I thought he was going to say 79 or something.
You know, Las Vegas, it was just announced today, there's a new Western States Hockey League team that's coming in.
That'll be
Las
interesting.
Vegas. They were there before they left, and they're back, but I think with a different name. And that'll be nice. Some more WSHL hockey out there.
Yeah, I can hear one more road trip for you, huh?
Well, along with their NHL team. But Dave, if you're listening, I kind of have a problem with your NHL team. You know,
No.
they're taking season tickets away from people.
I can't go that line with you. You know that, right? You know why?
Why?
Because the Comets are a farm club for the Knights now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's things like that, and the fact that I can't order tickets unless I'm in their area code. Now, that, to me, is not fan-friendly, but that's okay.
Oh, here's a break for the Ice Bears if they get a steal at center ice. Here's Maddie with a shot. Oh, this one whistles just wide to the left and into the near half board it comes. Ice Bears will hold it in the zone. Perron does the chores. They're fighting for it, but can't hold on.
Oh, a lead pass. It'll go to Williams, and getting upended after he got a shot off by Derek Smith. No penalty. Play continues. Andy Williams, no relation. Puck cleared out to center ice, and Arkansas with a line change. Now it comes to Cameron McAtee. Drive in that's blocked by Warnig of Missouri State. And Warnig will gain possession and send it all the way to Sasha Perron.
Perron has room to work. A sliding defender takes Perron, the puck and everything else with him.
Well,
and the puck skates free.
Now both sides are even as two potential penalties were not called. Across the line in the Missouri State zone, Delisle left to right, that is, goes to Young. Now the trailer in front, missing high was Gradisar. Up over the net. Near side board, 6:50 to go in the period. 2-1 Missouri State.
Oh, big hip check by Gottlieb, and he's going to go to the penalty box.
As Perron gets kneed, and it'll be a penalty.
Yeah, it would have been a good hip check if it wasn't for the knee. So with 6:44, it'll be another power play opportunity. I believe this is number 7. Is that right, Matt? Okay.
Shots are 23-8. Just 3 in this penalty, 3 in this period for Arkansas, and it's still a 2-1 game. All goals coming in the first period. Schumacher his 3rd, Perron his 4th, and Kerr for Arkansas his 6th.
Well, I'm going to call a goal right here. Here's Josh Bell as the Ice Bears win the draw and start the power play. He's got Salnikov on his left wing. Back out to Bell at the top of the slot. Takes the shot and a pad save by Dusenka. Back out it comes. Bell will try again. Score! And it might have been tipped down low by Turin, or did it go straight in from Bell? We'll wait and see. That might have been Bell's blast all the way.
I think it was.
Can I call him or what?
Sure, you called it. It's a power play goal. And Missouri State takes a 3-1 lead. This one is just a blast by Bell.
Yeah, Turin was there, but yeah, it came straight in from Bell. He was partially screened on the play.
So we'll catch the call from Kevin Thorough. And Missouri State has regained the 2-goal lead.
That is a huge goal right there.
25th shot on the power play. Missouri State is 1 for 7 now on the PP.
And here's another rush as Bell comes in, but Turin ahead of the play, offside the
Initial
call.
penalty on the play to Arkansas number 11, Dakota Gottlieb. 2 minutes for kneeing at 13:16 of the second period. A 2-minute minor for kneeing. And on the ensuing Mid-Missouri Bank Ice Bears power play, Missouri State goals scored by number 16, Josh Bell.
That's number 12.
Assisted by number 18, Chris Brown. Time of the goal at 13:33 of the second period, scored on the power play by number 16.
Meanwhile, here comes Arkansas. A backhander comes in off the faceoff by Valentine. It'll be dropped down in low. Chris Brown is able to glove it and clear it out to center, and it's a 2-on-1 for the Ice Bears.
Bratton on the left side. He's got Barrett on the right. Bratton takes the shot and a good blocker save that time. Might have got a little more of the stick than the blocker, but it rolls up into the netting. And it'll be... Did we get a cross check too? No. No, it's just out of play. And we'll face it off to the left of Joseph Dusenka.
To get to those 5 goals.
Yeah, we're already looking forward to a 5-goal treat from Andes. still got a couple goals to go there. Arkansas wins the draw, but it's poked away.
And inadvertently may have been kicked out by the Ice Bears.
And Arkansas still fighting to get free. Now they do.
It'll come in across the line. Working it now is Valentine. Then he gets hit hard down in low by Anderson. He may have actually lost an edge. It'll go to the near side. Anderson's there. Gets checked off the play. Picked up by Trevor McLean. McLean gets a shot in, and the goaltender gets hit up high.
Oh, he got hit by a stick. Up high under the chin.
Inadvertent stick up high by Air. And Shuck went down, and the officials...
I think they thought that it came from his own player. I think they thought Brown was the one that actually got it, and they were calling the play to a stop as a courtesy to Shuck because he really took a chop to the chin. We might have to look at that one again and see whose stick got him. Something got him right up under the chin.
Well, we'll take a look at it here and see.
As Shuck tries to gather himself.
If we get it on video, there, right there, yeah, I don't know. I do not know who it was.
At any rate, no penalty. And it's 3-1 Missouri State as they face it off to the right of Brendan Shuck. And Schumacher will get chased out. And they'll bring in Henrik Lohman.
5:11 to go. And the Ice Bears do win the draw, but they can't control it. It'll be LaPlante with it. Underneath, and it's stolen by the Missouri State Ice Bears and taken away by Lohman. And finally, the Ice Bears do get it out to center ice. Everybody on side. Here's Williams, touch pass. Nobody there. The Ice Bears break it up, but it's held in by Gottlieb. He shoots, save, rebound, and a great save by the Ice Bears goaltender. As right on the doorstep was Williams, and Brendan Shuck said enough of that after he made that first. He fought to cover up the second rebound.
Boy, Salmon was really licking his chops on that one out in front. Couldn't quite get to it before Shuck got to the rebound ahead of him. But he had some room there if he could have gotten a stick on it. Schumacher against Stovall, and this time Chris Stovall wins the draw. Shot off of the draw is knocked down. Arkansas in control, taken away by the Ice Bears momentarily, but knocked back in.
Lohman will chase the near side. Williams is there, and Lohman puts a hit on Williams. Now to go to Salnikov. Backhanded pass to Schumacher. Missouri State races a 2-on-2 briefly, and they do get it into the zone as far as the point, but it comes out to center.
Salnikov will collect it up, skate back toward his own goaltender. Now he looks for some room. Tries to feed it up on the left wing, and this one's going to be offside. Is in ahead of the play with Schumacher. 3-1 your score. Missouri State University with the advantage over Arkansas with 4:15 left here in the second period. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Dr. Ben Goss down between the glass. We've got Alex Harmon, I think, still on camera over there. And Matt Reisner, our statistician for tonight's contest. Glad you could join us on KBFL, FM 96.9 AM 1060 as the Ice Bears win the draw and push their luck into the corner. Saunders in there now trying to dig for it. His pass intercepted. Arkansas with a 2-on-2.
As they work it on the left side, Derek Smith with a big hit as he put Gottlieb into the boards. Comes out in front, blocked by an Ice Bear. That is Smith as the shot from Kerr was steered into the near side corner. Perron gets slammed down. Play continues, and it's kicked out to center ice. And Missouri State will Arkansas will set it up. Ice Bears want to change. They can't do it just yet. Puck is kicked in off a skate and up and out of play. So the face-off will stay inside the zone.
Dr. Ben Goss, it looks to me like this game's took on a decidedly more aggressive tone.
Well, we had a flash or two of that after the Ice Bears got their first goal, Dan, and then things kind of have settled into a relatively civil and normal rhythm. But, before this one's all said and done, there probably is going to be just a little bit of mix-up go on.
3:36 remaining in the second period. 3-1 Missouri State. Schumacher, Perron, and Bell on the power play. Kerr, the only goal scorer for Arkansas. Turin off the draw, has it in his own zone. Young with some good pressure. Now coming in is Delisle for Arkansas. Young still there, and finally Turin gets it for Missouri State. The Ice Bears can't clear it. Ping-pongs through the slot. And finally, Anderson is able to give it over to Turin, and now they give it on the right side to Rubin.
Rubin lost it behind him, and it comes the other direction as Stovall tips it back in.
Left to right across the Ice Bears line. Delisle's there, falls down, and Missouri State's Anderson will get it out to Bell.
High pass chipped toward the neutral zone and sent back the other way.
All the way down with 2:50 to go in the period. Arkansas gets a line change. Anderson waits to set things up, and they shoot it all the way down. Icing will be the call.
Well, that was deflected.
Yep, it was finally.
And the Ice Bears steal it back in the zone. They've got it at the top. Here's a shot by Brown, and it's kicked aside by the defense. Good job that time by McAtee to get a skate in front of it. And it comes to Foster. Foster for Arkansas down the left wing.
He'll have it and send it into his own bench, and we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. Well, Foster has a hat trick tonight. No, not goals.
He's got more than that.
Not assists. He has, he does. He has more. You're right.
Yeah,
Four penalties for Foster.
26-10, the shots on goal showing on the scoreboard here at Jordan Valley Ice Park on the Stan Melton Ice Arena. But only a 3-1 contest so far in favor of the Ice Bears as they try for their 28th win of the year.
Face off at center ice. Ice Bears skating from the right to the left, and they move it right to left to O'Brien.
O'Brien gets double teamed, but left it behind to Bratton. Right back to Bears. Shot, score! Over the right shoulder of Joseph Gusenka. It's a 4-1 hockey game.
Tic-tac-toe by the B-line, and Missouri State takes a 3-goal lead, and you got to like exactly what happened on that play. It was literally off the face-off that Missouri State gains control. Tick to Bratton to Barrett, toe, and Missouri State puts another one on the board. And for Travis Barrett, goal number 22 this season.
Ice Bears now finding that momentum back on their shelf as Arkansas will try to regroup. They now trail 4-1, and they're moving with Stovall dumping it in.
He'll pick up his own rebound off the boards. Now a shot sails high and wide by Gottlieb. It'll come to the near side boards. Now behind the net, right up the middle, off of Williams' skate. He picks it up, shoots, saves Shuck. Gets it behind the net.
Missouri
Shuck out of
State
place.
goal scored
He'll go to the
by
corner.
number 12,
He's going to work it.
Barrett.
Sends it down to the near side boards. The announcement to Barrett.
Assisted
Puck
by
flipped
number
up off
9,
the boards.
Jordan
Johansson is able to get it and clear it.
And by number 15, Zane O'Brien.
Okay, so O'Brien and Bratton will get the assists on the Travis Barrett goal.
So it is all B-line who gets that goal. Barrett, Bratton, and O'Brien.
Missouri State Ice Bears.
As I mentioned, number 22 for Barrett. 1:33 to go in the second period, and a 4-1 lead for the Ice Bears.
And they'll go to the right of Dusenka for the face-off, and Schumacher will win the draw for the Ice Bears, but Arkansas steals it back. Nice play to get it out.
Across the line by Joshua Sines. It's behind the net. Kerr tips it away. Sines gets upended by Schumacher. Play continues. 1:15 to go. Salnikov gets into the mix. Sends it over to Keyser inadvertently. Puck to the half boards now. Battle for it. Salnikov can't clear. Shot in. Pad save. Rebound. And Smith is able to move it into the corner. The shot came off of McAtee. It'll go to the near side board. Still a battle for it. Arkansas has it up the middle and cleared.
Not going to be icing. It's not going to get that far. So back to track it down is Cameron McAtee for Arkansas. He has some pressure coming, and a big hit from behind as Bratton goes in and tries to steal the puck away, but we're going to get a call.
Looks like a penalty in the corner. Oh,
yeah, more
now
than a penalty.
sticks flying high, out of the reach of the view of the camera on Web Sports Radio's live TV, but we are apparently not going to get any penalties.
Huh.
Kerr.
They're calling it a hand pass.
It's a hand pass, but
there was only one of each down there. One of each team. Okay, but they're calling it a hand pass somehow. So there might have been a player along the... Was there another player down there we couldn't see?
There was Kerr.
Well, Dan, I'm not really sure because I was instructing some junior league hockey players here to wait until I was able to clear the bench after my intermission interview, so I didn't get any sort of
he's already
look
on
at
the
that.
other side there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We see you over there. There we go.
So he is truly, let's get a shot of Dr. Van Goss, who is truly between the glass.
Man in the move.
There he is.
Well, I'm just visible. I'm between the glass on the other side, but I'm just within camera shot at this particular point.
There you go. Hey, you're a regular Pierre McGuire.
Oh, I knew that was coming sooner or later.
I've got the hairline to match, too.
33 seconds left here in the second period, and we're going to scrum for it on the near half board.
Turin got hit, but he stays in the play.
And it's out to center ice, taken away. Arkansas came within a breath of a breakaway.
Great play by Anderson. Now here come Arkansas again. Gradisar drive, save, rebound, loose, taken away by the Ice Bears. And with 13 seconds, they have a 2-on-2. Broken up as they tried to head it to Bell. Now it goes to Brown.
Brown will skate in on the left-hand side, looks for someone in the slot. That's Rubens is there, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Here's Brennan Anderson with a shot. Oh, did that go? Where did it go?
It got deflected up off of his shoulder.
Goodness, I thought it went in for a second.
I did
It was
too.
really close, guys. It went off the crossbar and was just about as close as you can get without going in.
Wow, from the look on Dusenko's face, his posture and everything, I thought he thought it went in too.
So
half a second left.
The goalie's best friend.
Yeah, half a second left.
That'll do it for the period. Shots on goal in the period. 11 for a two-period total of 28 on Dusenko. And 6 for a two-period total of 11 on Brendan Shuck for Arkansas. Goals in that period, just 2, but we'll go back to the beginning and how this whole thing started in just a moment as we, I believe, have head coach Jeremy Law with Dr. Van Goss.
Hold on just one moment, Steve. He's coming over my way.
There he is.
And let me get up to his level. There we go. Coach, you ripped off a couple of really good goals in this particular period of play to extend your lead. What did you see from your perspective, and what caused all of the action that the Ice Bears were able to create in the Arkansas zone this period?
It was nice to get a power play goal there. A good screen in front by Turin and a nice shot from Bell. I still thought we were sloppy that period. The result was good, but we're going to be better in the third.
Well, we got Barrett out there playing like his hair's on fire tonight so far. Your thoughts on his play in the second period of play especially?
Yeah, that line picked it up and started moving their feet. They're the fastest line, I think, in our league. So they started using their speed, and that helped.
Keys to winning this thing and bringing it home in the third period?
Just keep it simple in the third. Get pucks deep. Don't try to be too fancy. I think we're trying to overhandle the puck right now. So keep it simple, and I think we'll be fine.
Good luck in the third, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Third period coming up in a moment, but let's take a look at how we got here. As I mentioned before, first goal of the game is Schumacher's. Third, Solnikoff and Anderson with the assist. Missouri State has a 1-0 lead. Then at 5:31, Sasha Perron gets his fourth and a good assist by Matt Matty, and Missouri State takes a 2-0 advantage. Then the Ice Bears had the opportunity for a penalty shot, as getting dragged down was the Ice Bears' Jordan Bratton. He did not score on that penalty shot, and Missouri State still had the advantage at 2-1. Then Kerr gets a goal for Arkansas and turns around and gives it a 2-1 advantage for Missouri State, but Bell comes back in the second period on a power play, 13-13, and the Ice Bears take a 2-goal advantage again, and then Barrett, 17:45, his 22nd, Bratton and O'Brien on a tic-tac-toe play, and Missouri State has a 4-1 lead after 2 periods of play. Well, Dan, that second period looked very good for Missouri State, and as I can contest from last weekend, with Missouri State just having there's no way to describe game 1 against Alabama. That was not Missouri State. That was not the team that was ranked number 12. There's no rhyme or reason to explain what happened that game.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch that one, so I really don't know.
I mean, you can't talk about bus legs or anything. You just have to say there's no way to describe that game. But tonight, Missouri State playing much better. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the interview with Kyle Moats, who is the athletic director for Missouri State, will be coming up in just a second. 4-1 Ice Bears after 2 periods.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Cass and Dan Lee now talking with the athletic director of Missouri State and Kyle Motes. And Kyle, it is a pleasure to have you here. We finally get you out to see a hockey game. You know, we've had President Cliff Smart. He apparently has told you how much fun it is out here because we finally, and I know you're a busy man, but thanks for coming.
Well, thanks for the invite. I'm excited to be here, and I'm not a huge hockey fan only because I haven't been to it, but every time I come, I love coming to it. My daughter loves it. She played soccer. I was telling Stan, it's so much better in person than it is on TV, but I appreciate the skill level and the athleticism of those guys out there. That no matter what, that's for sure.
And it's just plain hard to get your schedule to match up. You've got so many sports you have to go to, and it's hard to get a night when you can actually come to a hockey game. Thursday night is a rarity for hockey.
Yeah, and we've got 17 of them, and if we're playing at home, I'm at more than one of them, if we've got them. So I love supporting our kids, and again, this is really neat, and Stan's been really great, and I'm glad, and it won't be the last time I'm here, I can tell you that.
Well, hopefully that first period has you sold, because that's generally what happens is people that don't really understand hockey or don't get an idea because they've watched it on TV, like you say, and it doesn't seem as exciting. Then all of a sudden they come to a game, and the next thing you know, they're buying jerseys and hats and caps, and they love the sport.
Yeah, no, it's again, I don't want to bore you too much, but back when I came from Lexington, Kentucky, and the Thoroughblades played there, and we went to many games when my kids were growing up with the Lexington Thoroughblades, and they were a lot of fun to watch, and again, it's different in person. I 100% agree with that, and you miss out on all the physicality. I think you can see it, but again, the speed of it, and they're just really good athletes.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're happy to have you here tonight, that's for sure. Let's go back in your history and how you came to be the athletic director here at Missouri State University.
Yeah, I started out in Lexington, as I mentioned before, and I was there at the University of Kentucky from 1989 until 2002. And then I went to Marquette for 2 years. Then I went back to Louisville, Kentucky, and worked for the University of Louisville for 4 years, and then came here in 2009. So that's going really quick through the chronological order there of how it happened. But I knew about Springfield, knew about Missouri State. Actually, what I knew most about Missouri State was the Lady Bears when they went to the Final Four and growing up.
Sure.
That's where we certainly had other good sports, and with basketball and baseball's always been good. But really, I had heard of Jackie Stiles, and I had heard of Cheryl Burnett, and I had heard of the Lady Bears at the national level, and that I felt like, boy, they loved their basketball there, and that was one of the reasons I was attracted to it, because you could win in basketball, and I then found out we were pretty good in a lot of other sports as well.
And hey, while we're on the subject, Kelly Harper's got that team looking pretty good this year.
We're on a good stretch right now, and she played a really hard schedule in the non-con, and it might have been too hard for that team that we had in terms of freshmen. We got a lot of freshmen that are playing a lot, but they knew what they were doing, and we're on a great roll. We got a big weekend at Drake and Northern Iowa this weekend, so we'll find out how things are going. But
I don't want to jinx them, but I believe they have, a 14-game MVC streak going
right
now?
Dan. Yeah, sure, exactly right, 14.
And I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. there goes number one. I mean, that's what we're looking for, to stay on top. But
right.
When you think about it, though, ever since you've come here, Missouri State has really changed as far as basketball. They're starting to get on the level that all the other teams need to be, men's and women's. Football is starting to change things around a little bit now. You've had soccer that is doing great. lacrosse. I mean, there's other fringe sports that really nobody really talks about. Baseball
one of the
team.
Premier, I was just going to say one of the premier baseball coaches
Yeah.
in the country right here. Man.
Yeah, and so all of a sudden,
and you're
Missouri
going to take
State.
credit for all this, right?
Well, all of a sudden, Missouri State is kind of that household name in a sense now. Like you say, people maybe that might want to come to the school or are thinking about a school, all of a sudden they start hearing about the accolades of Missouri State, and they think, I think I'm going to head over there.
Yeah, it's been, again, I won't give athletics some credit, certainly not all the credit, but enrollment has been up the last 7 years. The facilities that the university has committed to, along with athletics, and we've committed a lot in athletics in terms of facilities with our soccer stadium and redoing football, and the Q is Q's 10 years old, or actually 11 years old now, and volleyball we put money into. I mean, we've put a lot of money into infrastructure, and Missouri State, not by our recognition, but by others in the state, is the college of choice right now. And again, we are a small part of that. Cliff has done a fantastic job, and our faculty's done a great job. But it's affordability, it's a good quality education, and our athletics does pretty good. So when you have all those going, then you got a good chance for enrollment to keep increasing.
I got to ask you, and I understand, Title IX and all these things.
Yeah.
Is there any possibility that you can see in the future where Missouri State ice hockey might become an actual sanctioned sport here at Missouri State?
Yeah, and I've had that question asked quite often, as you can imagine. And again, Title IX does play into it. And the difficulty is, we are what's considered a prong one institution. And prong one is proportionality. And what that means is if we have 60% female students, then we have to reflect that in the athletic department. So we have to have 60% of our student athletes female. So hence, we've got 11 sports right now that are female and 6 sports that are male. And the big number, of course, is football. So it makes it really hard to add any type of male sport because we're already in that 57 or 58% female. So in order to, let's say we took ice hockey and there's 24 to 27, give or take, we would have to have times 3 more female athletes. So we'd have to have probably 2 sports of 30 each to make up for that. And that's right. That's really hard to do in this day and age, on top of trying to find money for those 3 sports you'd be adding. So I'm never going to say never, but it really is hard in this day and age, and especially with the funding that we're not getting from the state. It gets less and less. It makes it hard to fund the sports that we have, that we want to fund them at a level that's competitive, and we're not at that level with all of our other sports right now. So it's just I'd love to have as many sports as we could possibly have that people want to come to and want to be there. That's what I would love to. I'd love to be like Big Ten, where they got 35 sports. That would be awesome. I would love that. But we're just not in that position financially, and we're not in that position with the prong to be able to do that.
Kyle Moats, Athletic Director of Missouri State, is our guest. And Dan, I just want to follow up. If Missouri State became a school-sanctioned sport, you'd be out of a job. So
well, that's true. But I'd get to watch.
I don't know about that.
I'd still get to go to the game. I just wouldn't have to work it.
Oh, that's probably
but I'd still
true
be at the
too.
game. You know that.
But one of the things that you mentioned, which I think is also a plus here, and Betty and Bobby Allison, they've done so much now for additional stadiums and places to play. But when you mentioned that the Q was just about 10 years old, you would think it was built yesterday. It's such a nice place, and it is just a phenomenal place. When you think about it, there's other arenas like Drury's Arena, so you have other places here in Springfield that people don't realize. There's a lot of tournaments that get played, high school, college, that Missouri State and the area and the campus here in Springfield is just a great place to be. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, the Q, again, is not just, I think Mr. Hammonds envisioned it certainly for athletics when he had that vision of his back 11 years ago, but it really, it's a community arena because as you mentioned, Steve, we wouldn't be able to get the Bass Pro tournament, wouldn't be here probably if it wasn't for that facility. We wouldn't have Chris Stapleton coming on here. We wouldn't have the national acts that we have from a country standpoint come in here. So a lot of those things are community events that we are offering that aren't athletics, but certainly give Southwest Missouri a chance to see things that they may have to go to St. Louis or Kansas City or Tulsa. They don't have to do that. They can come right here in their backyard. So it's a great facility for entertainment and certainly for athletics.
Now, one thing I haven't kept on, I went to it one year. I went to the rodeo one year, but I had thought that there was a multi-year deal. Is that still happening? Do they still bring the rodeo here?
Yeah, PBR has been here ever since I've been here, and Randy Little is the one that kind of coordinates that for the PBR, and I know we have it next year for sure because we try to schedule around our football schedule, so we don't have a home football schedule that weekend. But and that's a great event. I mean, that's a wonderful event. That's a national event that's on the circuit that again brings in a different type of professional sport that we don't have.
We've talked about the sports here at Missouri State University. Pretty much settled into a very nice place right at the moment. How do you go forward? Where do you hope to take the sports programs from here?
Yeah, a good question, Dan. We've got to. We certainly have to improve in football because I think if we can improve in football, then it helps our revenue for all the other sports. No question. I think Dana Ford and what he's starting to do, people are excited about that. And we've been down a little bit in basketball, no question. We've got to get basketball going. That's kind of our bread and butter. That's our main revenue. And if we can get 8,000 to 9,000 people in the arena, then that changes it not just for basketball, but changes what we have for our whole athletic department in terms of sponsorship, in terms of just the whole revenue piece that we can help out with the other sports that I mentioned that maybe are underfunded, that we can help fund those at a better level. So
I got to tell you, I believe Steve and I were one of the first ones who were able to interview Dana Ford. He came out here and dropped the puck when he first hit town. And I got to tell you, the enthusiasm of that young man is just off the charts.
Yeah, he's really what we've needed. I mean, he's out in the community. He loves being out in the community. It's not something he has to do, and I think you can tell he likes and enjoys being out in the community. So he has that part down pat really well. Now we've just got to win in basketball because now you put those two things together and then you really got it going. So, again, year one, and I think we're going to be we continue to get better, and I think we're going to be better next year too with everybody coming back pretty much.
Kyle Motes is our guest, the athletic director for Missouri State. So I have two questions for you, and it involves football. I know that the preliminary schedule for next year is out, and I haven't been able to look at it yet. What's the big team that Missouri State's going to play this year?
Yeah, we're going to New Orleans, and we're playing Tulane. Now you may think, well, Tulane's not the normal big, Big 12 or Big 10 that we would normally play, but we're still getting equivalent to the same money in terms of a guarantee, and Tulane's not Oklahoma, or they're not. It's not as good as some of those other teams that we can play. Doesn't mean the score. I don't know what the score will be, but it's certainly different than playing, some of those teams that we play.
And it's so sad that they'll have to experience New Orleans.
New Orleans, right?
There.
Yeah.
Which again it'll be great for our kids, and our president graduated from law school there, so he's looking forward to going there. But
that's always a good thing.
Yeah, we open up at Northern Arizona. We had Northern Arizona this year here, so we'll open up out there in Flagstaff in a dome, and then we come back and we play Tulane. So that's our two non-con games, and then we start the tough Missouri Valley Conference going after that.
So my second question is, because I've already scheduled I'm the scheduler for Missouri State's hockey team. I've already scheduled our games. Now I have the team off October 25th and 26th. Now I'm hoping that's homecoming weekend. And that's what my question is I hope. Now, last year, I hate to say it, because last year I scheduled it based on what the football schedule was, and it changed.
Oh.
And so the guys were mad at me, and I said, guys, it's not my fault. So I'm hoping homecoming is the weekend of October 25th, 26th.
Whatever you looked at, it has not changed from whenever you did that. So it should be good this year. Now, we are looking at one game to try to switch to get a 12th game. But it would not be that date because we'll be working on it this week. But we may not get that changed. So we're good.
Just try to remember, though, if you do have to change it, that I'm the one that has to deal with him later on. So please keep that in mind.
It's not me. It's really funny because Dan thinks it's always me. And sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. Well, I'll tell you right now, it is time for the third period. That's for sure. Sorry we had to cut off the athletic director, Kyle Motes, but they have come out a little bit early for period number 3 as Missouri State will skate from the left to the right, Arkansas from the right to the left.
4-1 is your score as we get ready for this final stanza. 28-11. The shots on goal in favor of the Ice Bears, but Arkansas wins the draw.
It'll be in the Arkansas end of the ice, all the way down where Sean Foster is there to intercept. Ice Bears keep it in. Schumacher with the drive in, and it's held on to by Dusenka. 13 seconds expired in this third period.
And if you're listening here at the auditorium, we do have an in-house FM going on, and if you're listening, please be careful after the game tonight. It is still very bad out there, even though the rain has stopped coming down. Please be careful getting out of the parking lot and going down the street. It's a little tricky out there right now as Arkansas steals the puck away. Here's Evan Kerr. Kerr lost it behind himself, and it'll be Anderson to come up with the puck for the Ice Bears. Back around behind their own goal. They try to get it out to Salnikov. His toe drag didn't work, but it went right to Brown. And Chris will backhand the pass out of the zone to Lohman. Cross-ice pass.
It'll go to Schumacher. Taken off the play from him by Foster. Schumacher punches at it. Kicked by Shuey to the point, and it is out to center ice.
And it'll come away and just ahead, too far for Alex DeGuire. And it comes back the other direction for the Ice Bears.
Sent in the line and dropped down by Yapello and cleared out to center.
Brown back in his own zone. Will wait for his fellow defenseman to catch up with it as Johansson goes to work with him. Back to Brown. Brown skates toward the middle. Now has to turn back as the Ice Bears try to set this one up. Here's Salnikov.
18:40 to go in the period. Salnikov, he'll gain control. Missouri State with a line change. Now tipped in by Matt Matty and sent all the way down with 18.5 remaining. Into the Arkansas end, taken by Cameron McAtee out of Valfallen, Missouri. 2 goals, 2 assists for him this season. And he'll look for some help across the line. He'll get it and send it all. This should be an icing call, and it is, as he did not cross the red line. He crossed his own blue line, but not the red line, and we get an icing. Dan, earlier I want to tell you about if the playoffs started today. So Missouri State, as the number 12 team, would play number 5 Ohio. They would not have a play-in game. They would have a bye, so to speak, for that first game. But if Missouri State ended up number 13, they would play the winner. They would play Pittsburgh, actually, if they were number 13, and then that winner would play Iowa State. So for right now, Missouri State is in a good position at number 12.
Right. Want to stay there.
Now the Ice Bears with it off of Sam Heiserot's stick and all the way back into their own zone. Oh, we're going to get an interference penalty. Interference will go against Arkansas. Missouri State will go on the power play. Or is it the other way around?
No, it's the other way around. This is going to go against Missouri State.
It's going to go against Heiserot for interference.
Yeah. And this was 17:52 left here in the third period. Only the fourth power play, if Matt Reisner agrees with me. Yeah, fourth power play for Arkansas.
Fans, get ready for a full stat penalty kill.
So let's see what Arkansas can do to try to get back into this one as they go to the power play.
Penalty on the plate to Missouri State, number 21.
And they'll immediately send one in off of the stick of DeGuire, but it's a little bit wide to the right. Might have been deflected. DeGuire will start it again on the right point. Now goes back down low on the wing. They'll center one through. This one misses wide to the right off of the stick of Chris Stovall. Back out to the near corner now. They'll go up top. And they'll work with Kerr, and Kerr gets the shot off, and this one is a little bit high as well. Actually, that was DeGuire, not Kerr. Now back behind the goal, Arkansas once again to DeGuire. His pass is intercepted as he tried to get it down low, and the Ice Bears clear it out.
All the way down for Dusenka to clear it up. Ice Bears with a line change. Now it's Luke Gradisar. Gradisar spins and turns and moves right side into the Ice Bears zone.
Launches the shot from just out to the top of the face-off circle to the left of Shuck and is steered back.
Where it's cleared and the Ice Bears will line change. 16:53 to go in the period. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, Dr. Ben Goss between the glass, who we'll get to in just a moment. Matt Reisner, our statistician. Alex Harmon, our cameraman, and Dory Lemoyne keeping us on the air at KBFL AM and FM.
Dakota Gottlieb will try to restart the power play. Leaves it behind Looking for help from Andy Williams. It comes back to the near side. Williams can't control it. Comes outside. The Ice Bears have it.
3-on-1 shorthanded. Here's Bell. He shoots, and he hit the outside of the net. It went off the glove of Dusenka and peered to the outside of the net. The Ice Bears could have had shorthanded goal number 9. Anderson gets high stick. We're going to get a penalty. It's a hold officially, and Missouri State in 21 seconds will go on the power play, barring any further penalties. But right now, we are 4-on-4 as Gottlieb will go into the penalty box. Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, Steve, this is a great time to remind people about the Ice Bears PK Challenge. I want to thank everybody who has participated in that tonight. These fans have pledged funds for successful Ice Bears penalty kills, shorthanded goals, and 0 penalty games, which will help fund nutritional meals for the Ice Bears while they're on the road. Pledge funding can be made at 3 maximum levels per game: $10, $20, and $50. Find out more about how you can help feed the Bears when they're on the road at msupkchallenge.com.
So we're at power play number 7? Okay. Just double checking.
8?
Well, I thought it was maybe 8. But, we will. Okay.
In a second
in
it'll
13
be 8,
seconds. See, Matt's doing it the way a statistician should.
Yes.
He's not counting it until 7 seconds from now.
And now we're
on power play. Now we're in agreement, right, Matt? Okay. As the Ice Bears get control of the puck, but we have an offside.
Who was offside? Bratton was by himself.
Yeah, but the puck came across the line and brought back in, and Bratton was already
He drug it in
offside.
behind himself. That's what happened. He actually beat it in himself.
So we'll have the face-off outside the zone. See, Dan, first of all, I complained for years I never had a statistician. Now I have one.
And you argue with him.
And he's telling me what it should be, and it's actually true.
Yeah.
So here's Barrett as he'll chase it into the zone. It's at the line. Johansson drops it down. No hand pass as Johansson picked up his own puck. Ice Bears have the power play for 124. Stolen away, but Johansson keeps it in on the far side. Left side circle to Barrett, off of him, and it's cleared, and chasing it is McAtee.
Oh, what a play by McAtee as he tries to carry into the zone. Out in front, he gets off the shot. A backhander. The Shuck has to stick into the corner. What an effort from McAtee from start to finish down the length of the ice, but the Ice Bears get it back.
1:03 remaining in the power play. Barrett, right side. He shoots. It's off the mask of Dusenka, and it went wide. Puck is cleared out. There was an open corner. It went off the mask, and it just went wide. I don't know how that didn't go in.
48 seconds left in the power play. The Ice Bears will have to go the length of the ice.
Oh, getting hounded was Schumacher, but he is able to get it in the zone. Now Shuey will chase near side boards, and a whistle for a stoppage in play. Faceoff will stay inside the zone. 37 seconds remaining. Get a look at the out-of-town scoreboard thanks to Dan Dow. Michigan Dearborn 9, Rochester College 1, that's a final. Liberty 7, Delaware 5, that's a final. And Ohio 2, Ohio State 1, that is a final.
Really? Wow. 14:50 left here in the third period. A 4-1 Missouri State lead. Still on the power play for another 37 ticks.
Puck cleared in off the draw. Anderson gets held up. Penalty. It's a hook, actually. So Missouri State will have a 2-man advantage.
Are you sure it's against?
Is it against Trorin?
Arkansas.
Oh, it's against Trorin.
Yeah. Sure is.
Well, should have made sense because the Ice Bears had possession of the puck and it was called. So the power play is done.
I'm just going to wait for my statistician to tell me what's going on here. Right now it's a 4-on-4 skate. That much I can tell you for sure. And Arkansas wins the draw. But it bounces out of the zone and Arkansas will have to retreat. Foster up to center ice with a nice lead, but they'll turn back with Stovall. They're going backwards. Arkansas backpedaling into their own zone.
Well, because in 14 seconds they'll have the power play, so they're just trying to kill some time off. Here's Foster.
And Foster will break toward the zone. He'll dump it all the way around the boards. Picking it up on the other side is LaPlante, and Kevin can't do anything with it. Ice Bears steal it away as the penalty comes to an end.
Lead to Solnikoff, short-handed. Solnikoff falls down, but nobody's there before he can get possession of the puck. Nice move as he got around Williams and brings it out to center ice.
He'll kill some time.
Now Solnikoff, as Arkansas goes for a line change, has it left side. Now right side, he gets hooked in a shot and a save, but a hooking penalty on Stovall, and it's going to be officially interference. But Missouri State single-handedly, thanks to Nikita Solnikoff, has killed off the power play.
You know, I don't want to blow too much smoke here, but there are times when Nikita Solnikoff just flat takes over a hockey game, and it is a joy to watch.
You know who he reminds me of? You're going to think I'm crazy, but Wayne Gretzky.
A little bit. The way he skates, the way he stick handles.
Yes, the way he skates and everything. I do think, well, we'll just leave it at that.
Well, that was an impressive little skate right there.
That really was. Off the draw, the Ice Bears win it 4-on-4. A shot sails high over the net, and it'll be grabbed by McAtee. He'll have it to look across the Ice Bears' bare head and go right to left into the zone. We'll get station identification coming up in a moment. 32-13 to the shots in favor of the Ice Bears. Here's Matty. He'll send it in to Rubin. Tipped away from him. Off a good play by Gradisar, down in low and off of Johansson and chased all the way in by Brown of Missouri State.
Gradisar is going to hurt to try to get there first. He can't quite get it done, but now he swipes it away. Nice play by Gradisar, but he has it taken back by Brown.
Comes all the way down, and it is Yapello. He'll drop it down in low into the Arkansas zone. 13-11 to go in the third period. Missouri State leads 4-1. We'll recap the goals for you in a second. Puck cleared ahead, and it'll go to Gradisar left side.
He'll take the wrist shot right into the midsection of Shuck. He'll stop play with 13 exactly on the third period clock.
And a reminder, you're listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
4-1 your score. Missouri State University with the lead. They win the draw, but they'll have to wait to get it out of the zone. 7 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then the Ice Bears get an advantage.
Here comes Johansson, left to right, over from O'Brien, back to O'Brien, and it just went off of O'Brien's stick. Now the Ice Bears have a power play for 47 seconds. They're going to work it over to Johansson. On the ice is Bratton, right side. Johansson, right circle, spinning through with Barrett. Now to Bratton, top of the right circle. Bratton again at the half boards, down in low. No, he doesn't look down low. Finally, he will get it down low, circling with O'Brien. High slot to Schumacher. He shoots, missed wide. 12:15 to go. Power play has 21 seconds. Puck is taken away, and it is not cleared. Oh, yes, it is cleared.
Yep, Schu had it, lost it.
Lost it as it goes out to center ice. I looked down, Dan, and I looked back up, and the puck was out of the zone.
Steins with a nice centering pass, but nobody there but Barrett.
Because Barrett gets one-handed, taken away from the puck, but the Ice Bears have it along the line, and it's 5-on-5. Here comes Bratton right side, low along the goal line, spinning around looking for Derek Smith. He is hounded by Gottlieb, gets it to Smith right side, left side, and just hopped over Barrett's stick. Up the middle, intercepted by Arkansas's Keyser, and he gets it out to center.
He'll drop it back behind, and taking it into the zone is Stovall. He tries to slide it through the slot. It's intercepted and pushed back out to center ice.
11:27 to go. Line change for Missouri State.
Gottlieb will dump it into the zone for Arkansas and try to chase. Gets down to it. Dakota back behind the goal. Now leaves it behind. Gradisar will look for someone at the top of the slide, and it's trickled right onto the blue line, but it managed to hold it in is Stovall. Stovall tries to dump it down low. Now it's picked up in the corner. Centered through the shot, and a save by Shuck off the attempt by Gottlieb. Into the corner it goes. Ice Bears scrambling a little bit on defense as Arkansas putting on sustained pressure now. They trail it 4-1. They have the puck deep in the corner, trying to work it back behind the goal. Now looking for someone to center to is Kerr. Now they go on the left side, back to the right side. Here's a shot and a deflection right out in front. And Shuck might have got a piece of that one as well as Valentine comes in. Now working it is Salmon, and Chris Salmon can't do anything with it. It comes out to the blue line, tipped out.
A lead pass, and it's taken away by Yapello. And Dan, as Williams gets upended, and no penalties yet. I have an update on Hunter Cooley. I'll share that with you in a moment.
As the Ice Bears have the puck, waiting for the line changes to complete. Standing back behind his own goal is Chris. What a nice out pass
to Turin, who has it chipped off of his stick. Perron is there to send it down and low. Yapello intercepts, and he'll motor it to the left side.
Nice back check by Perron.
Yeah, big play there as Ruben will lead a feed to Turin off of his stick, and we come the other way as Tyler Valentine sends it in.
All the way back behind. Here's Henderson. Henderson can't do anything with it. It comes back. Anderson. Excuse me, Brennan Anderson with the puck.
It's okay. I called him Glenn Anderson.
Yeah.
From the Edmonton Oilers.
Kerr has it poked off of his stick. Bell can't reach it. Now it comes back out in front. Turin is hassled from behind, taken down on the ice. Maybe a little hooking action, but nothing said. No foul. And the chant goes up, led by Kevin Thoreau, the public address announcer. Is that legal? Can he do that? Here's Turin. He's got the puck inside his own zone as the Ice Bears fans try to get their players fired up just a little bit as things have become stagnant in their own zone. Ruben spins around, sends one off the half board out to center ice, but it's collected up immediately by Foster, and he'll send it back for Arkansas. Deep into the zone, and the Ice Bears in. Anderson plays it there. Gets some help from Chris Brown. Now all the way around and taken by Arkansas at their own blue line. They'll send it quickly back the other direction. Brown chases it down. Full sail line change for Arkansas. 8:29 left, third period. Still 4-1 Ice Bears. And the outlet to Ruben.
As the Ice Bears will have it across the line. Schumacher to Bell. Back to Schumacher. And a good play by LaPointe to move it into the corner. Ruben gets checked hard on the far side boards, and Bell will come in to chase, and now we're going to get a penalty. And Bell's going to go. It's a slashing call.
And some extracurricular activity.
Now, do we get even up? Ruben got hit by LaPlante, who was the one that was the original person that drew the penalty, and the only penalty is going to go assessed to Bell. Dan, the update to Hunter Cooley is he is not going to play the remainder of this game or tomorrow. Right now, it's an upper body injury, and there's a protocol he needs to go through, and so he, due to the trainer's insistence, will not play the remainder of this game nor tomorrow.
We certainly hope that's nothing too serious. Nothing I can recall happening, really.
No, it may have been a check where he got hit up high, but
hopefully
that's what I can say, and I know you can read between the lines.
Yep. Hopefully he'll be all right next weekend. 8:08 left here in the third period. 4-1 Arkansas. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Dr. Ben Goss between the glass.
This will be the Razorbacks' sixth power play. Puck is cleared all the way down off the draw. The fans still trying to get that Let's Go Bears chant as Missouri State leads 4-1 here with 7:57 to go in the third period. And Arkansas out of their own zone. Gottlieb sends it over to the far side to Salmon, and he'll bring it across the right side.
And tried to drop it back for Stovall. He couldn't get to it before Derek Smith does, but a nice move by Salmon to get it back. And they'll set it up. On the left side is McAtee. On the right side is Gottlieb as they man the points. Now Gottlieb skates toward the top of the slot to McAtee. His shot knocked down by Warnick. Loose puck out in front. Shuck sprawls out and covers up. And stops play with 7:23 left in the third. 1:14 left in the power play. 32-16 shots on goal in favor of the Ice Bears. And they have the big number on the board, 4-1. Face-off will be to the right of Brendan Shuck. Colin Young steps into the face-off circle against Ruben. And Alex wins the draw, gets the puck back, and sends it out.
It'll be the Ice Bears with Matt Matty to swing it in. Nobody there for the Ice Bears. They're just content to let one guy come in. That's Matty. With 7:09 remaining in the third period and a 4-1 Ice Bears lead. Goals by Schumacher, Perron, Bell, and Barrett. And Kerr, the only goal scorer for Arkansas.
as the Arkansas Razorbacks mount a charge. Here's Gradisar taking the shot, goes right side, back to Gradisar. He'll lift one high, and that's off the edge of the glove of Shuck as he had to make a couple of big saves there. Now Kerr will try one. This one is knocked down. DeGuire actually with that shot, and it comes out to center ice, and the Ice Bears clear the zone.
Yeah, Matty just said, I'm going to clear this and give everybody a line change. They do have that change. 24 seconds remaining in the power play for Arkansas. 6:30 to go in the third. 4-1 Ice Bears.
Keyser brings it across, goes all the way to the face-off circle, all the way back behind the goal, out the other side, tries to give it back to DeGuire. DeGuire has it at the left point, being challenged there by Lohman. Henry couldn't get a stick on him, but he turns the play toward the half board. Now back out to the point. And out of the zone it comes.
Bell races in, but it's Dusenka to come and grab the puck. And he'll hold on. 6:03 to go in the period. Shots 32-17 in favor of Missouri State. They lead on the scoreboard 4-1 here.
And we're back at full strength.
Let's go between the glass, Dr. Ben Goss.
Well, just a moment or two ago, Ice Bears captain Brendan Anderson skated to the bench. He was hobbled by a puck that struck him in his probably right knee as he got in front of one of those bullets that the Hogs were slinging toward the net. So Ice Bears captain is getting a little breather over there, maybe getting a little bit of cold spray on that in terms of trying to get back in this game. But 5:50 now, and the Ice Bears up 4-1. So all they got to do is just work on this clock, get some good shots on goal, and keep the pressure on Arkansas, and they should come out ahead in this game.
As the Ice Bears try to clear their own zone, Bowman got it as far as center ice, but it's turned back the other direction by Gradisar. He'll go to the bench for a line change. Sweeping through his Salnikov. Lead pass is off the mark.
Yeah, to Lohman, and it's back in the Missouri State zone.
Matthew Eyre had it momentarily, now lost it behind the goal. Ice Bears having trouble getting out. Schumacher can't quite cross the red line, and it's turned back once again by Arkansas. Patrick Johansson leaves it for Lohman. Lohman has to go backwards. Back behind his own goal. Skates nicely around one defender.
Leads Salnikov off of his stick, and Nikita looks in front to Schumacher. Instead, he'll peel to the right. Salnikov gets pushed down by Valentine, and it's out to center ice and sent all the way down, and no icing.
Carson Warnick there to play. To the half board. Now flipped out of the zone momentarily, but intercepted by Gottlieb. Dakota tries to center somebody, but nobody's there, and is chipped back outside the zone once again. Arkansas in need of a line change. They'll go to the bench and get some fresh skates out there. In the meantime, good job by Evan Kerr to keep it in the zone and keep the play continued for Arkansas as he gets off a shot that's stopped by Shuck, sent back into the corner. Evan Kerr fighting hard, but the puck trickles out of the zone, spins its way to the red line, now taken back by the Ice Bears. They'll send it back into their own zone. Here's Derek Smith. He gets checked into the boards on the near half board. It comes outside.
Taken away by O'Brien, but then swiped from him with 4 minutes to go in the third period. 4-1 Missouri State.
Arkansas now with the puck at the blue line, 3-on-2, moving around. And the shot, score! Right tweeners is Keyser. Alexander Keyser sneaks one through the 5-hole of Brendan Shuck. And we've still got a hockey game. It's 4-2.
And Shuck, the second that shot went off, knew it went in. You could see he knew it went 5-hole. And Missouri State, despite their efforts, has still allowed Arkansas to stay in this hockey game. Good move to get around the defenseman. And Arkansas takes a timeout. Interesting, but Keyser gets his 9th goal of the season.
Well, yeah, there's some decision making to be made now by head coach John, I lost his name all of a sudden.
Yeah, Andrew Falls.
Yeah, Culpa. John Culpa.
No, Andrew Falls is their head coach.
Oh, I thought John Culpa was.
No, he's their assistant.
Oh, okay. That's where I got confused.
Yeah, where'd you get that from, Dan?
I have no idea. It must have been on somebody else's sheet.
No. Take a look. Coach.
Well, that's what I thought. I don't know where I got that from, to tell you the truth. I just looked at the wrong line.
I think you did.
And anyway, Andrew Falls then, the head coach for Arkansas, makes the decision here and gets ready to maybe pull a goalie before too long.
3:46 to go. It's now a 4-2 game, but in front, Maddie hit the post as the Ice Bears pulled the same thing they did from behind the net, and Maddie hit the post, and it ricochets out and all the way down into the Missouri State zone.
3.5 left here in the third period, a 2-goal lead for the Ice Bears, but Arkansas swipes it away in the attacking zone. Looking outside, Gradisar with a shot, and a good sliding stop by Bell in the outlet.
It'll go to Saunders as Kerr gets an assist on the goal by Keyser. Backhander by Saunders misses wide. Perron shoots from the right side. Goes to Turin on the left. Turin in front, tipped by Saunders up high into the near side boards. 3:05 to go. Puck is cleared and a bouncer comes out to center ice.
Brown will send it quickly back to Perron,
who will shovel it over to Saunders, right side off the board. Saunders shoots and it's gobbled up and held on to by Dusenka.
Working under 3 minutes to go now. Still 4-2, 34-18 shots on goal. Who do we have that can go out to the parking lot and start my van? Warm it up a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I may have to do something like that too. I've got auto start. I got to tell you, for the first time in my new Jeep, I was able to deal with all the weather and everything like that. And I got it started, and I have the whole auto heat and everything. 10 minutes, I was good to drive.
Oh,
it was
man.
so nice.
Sweet.
Williams now has it for Arkansas off the draw, and he's able to flip it out to center, and they tried to get it to Salmon, but taken away by Heiserode and cleared out to center.
Turin with a nice lead to Bell.
Who will have it left side. He shoots, and it just tipped off of Dusenka and went wide of the net. Bell with it again. Looks in front to Johansson. Off of him. Helping out now is Heiserode, and he keeps it in the zone. To Bell. To Rubin. He shoots, and a save by Dusenka. He'll hold on. 2:17 to go. And it is still a 4-2 lead for Missouri State. The Steak and Shake player of the game.
74, Sasha Perron.
There you go.
So he is the Steak and Shake player of the game.
Sasha with a goal and a lot of good work tonight.
Every Saturday live from Civil Kitchen and Tap in downtown Springfield.
Face-off will be to the left of Dusenka.
2:17 to go. DeGuire will have possession. And he'll move it up to Kerr, out to center.
And the Ice Bears will steal it back, but now it's taken back by Arkansas. As stepping in is Kerr, and Evan tries to center it.
Goaltender goes.
And we are 6 skaters for Arkansas right now. And the puck all the way back down the other direction.
Empty net, but it's going to be Barrett to chase. Goaltender came out at, I believe, 158. Puck to the far side. Ice Bears to Anderson. He shoots at the open net, and it doesn't go in. Taken away and cleared out to center ice. 1:39 remaining in the third period. 4-2 Missouri State. Empty net for Arkansas.
Chris Brown loses an edge, goes down. Arkansas gets the puck back. Buck and a half left in the hockey game. And that's going to be a hand pass as O'Brien gloved it down and Bratton took it from there, and that'll be a hand pass, and they'll bring it back in the Ice Bears zone. Fans don't like the call, but that was a correct call.
That was a good call. 36-18 are the shots. Just 7 shots for Arkansas in this third period. And Missouri State with 12.
They got them dancing in the aisles here. Ice Bears fans coming to life. 1:22 to go. Ice Bears have it. Here's Solnikov at the blue line.
1:18 to go. Nikita looking for the pass. He catches up to it, but it's taken away from him. And it'll be McAdie with it.
He'll try to wing one up. It only gets as far as center ice. Schumacher turns it back. 1:02 left to go.
McAtee, actually. Now we get an icing call. And 1:01 remaining. Face-off will come back in the Missouri State zone.
You know, Nikita's eyes had to be as big as saucers when he saw that puck flip into him in an open net there, and he just couldn't quite catch up to it.
So I have to tell you, Dan, as we get another timeout called by Missouri State, this is the one thing that I think is different about Nikita versus Wayne Gretzky. Wayne was so much more patient. I'm not saying that Nikita isn't, but in situations where Wayne got into trouble, guys were kind of pressuring him, he would be much more patient. In other words, he didn't make these quick juke jive moves to try to get out of whatever he was in. He was very patient, He was very skilled in keeping it away. Now, I know we can't, compare Nikita playing ACHA hockey to an NHL player, but that's the difference I see.
That's the reminder that you see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I see him being exactly like Gretzky, but I see that Gretzky was just a little bit more patient and a little bit more methodical in what he wanted to do. Yeah. Nikita, he knows exactly what he wants to do, but the thing is he makes so many moves that you kind of are not sure what he wants to do. But I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that's my comparison.
Well, yeah, and Nikita is a very instinctual player. He doesn't even ask his body to do something, it just does it. As Arkansas wins the draw. Out front it comes, shot, score! Oh my goodness, they worked it off the draw to McAtee, and Cameron McAtee has got Arkansas back within a goal with 51 seconds to go.
And that's going to be a tough situation for Missouri State with this game really in the bag for a little bit. And the Ice Bears, you could kind of tell the momentum was shifting a little bit, Dan.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that you could kind of tell.
Well, all of a sudden, this thing got real exciting as they put Dusenka back in goal now, at least until they can get control of the puck on the other end. And we're going to get an icing call, so that's going to bring it back and keep Dusenka in the crease for just a little bit longer.
Taking a look at the goal here, as it came from behind the net and right out in front, and a good goal there. And it looks like McAtee's going to get this one.
Yeah, pretty sure it was McAtee.
So in a moment, we will get the announcement from Kevin Thurl, but 42.3 seconds left, and this has become a tight game now with the goaltender back in. So the Ice Bears will work it down in low. 35 seconds and a 4-3 lead for Missouri State. And here
over to McAtee
is Cameron, who might get credit for the goal. Goaltender's out again, 23 seconds. It's an empty net. Comes across the line for Yapello. Ice Bears with the empty net, or at least Arkansas has the empty net, but the Ice Bears are pressuring in the Arkansas zone. 12 seconds remains. And a cross-ice pass too far for Gradisar. And finally it's sent into the Ice Bear zone. 5 seconds to go. And Missouri State is able to hold off and win this hockey game.
Oh man, it got more exciting than it should have. Hats off to Arkansas. Storming back with 2 goals in the last 3:51 to make this thing very, very exciting at the end.
8 shots in the third period on Dusenka, 3-period total of 36. 8 shots on Brendan Schuck, 3-period total of 19. And in a moment, Kevin Thurl will be talking to our player of the game, which is Sasha Perron.
Well, actually, we may get Dr. Ben Gossin on that.
No, it's going to be Kevin tonight.
Okay.
Who's going to do that? Heard from Dr. Goss just a moment ago. He's going to give it to Kevin, and he'll do that. Meanwhile, we will go over the scoring for you. And Dan, just keep an eye out and let me know. We've got him right now. All right, let's head on down to Kevin Thurl.
All right, fans, we're here with tonight's Steak and Shake player of the game, number 74, Sasha Perron. And Sasha, if you would kind of walk us through, you ended up with what was going to be the game winner until the last few minutes.
We just kind of had a little play in the corner there, and Maddie got the puck out to me in the slot, and I just ripped it home.
I think a lot of us can say that we really enjoyed your gameplay tonight, staying out of the box in a game that was obviously high with emotion at the beginning. And what's it like coming back here after a tough split with Alabama, playing in front of a good crowd on a bad weather night?
Well, it's nice that everyone showed up when it's so icy, so thank you guys for that. But we need to take it to them tomorrow.
All right, ready? You got any keys to the game tomorrow to come away with the sweep for this weekend?
I think we should just play more simple, get pucks deep and score some more goals.
All righty, and fans, let's hear it for number 74, Sasha Perron, tonight's Steak and Shake player of the game.
So Perron is the winner of that. The Ice Bears are the winner of the game. Schumacher gets the first goal at 31 seconds for Missouri State, his third. Salnikov and Anderson, and it is a 1-0 contest. Then it's 2-0 on Sasha Perron's 4th of the year. 5:31 is the time of the goal, and the Ice Bears find themselves up 2-0. Maddie will get the assist on the nice behind-the-net pass, and the Ice Bears have a great lead, but then Kerr cuts it to 2-1 with his 6th of the season at 12:42, and Missouri State kind of sweating a little bit. They had a potential for a penalty shot as getting tripped with Jordan Bratton. The Ice Bears did not score on the penalty shot, and they go into the second period with that 2-1 lead. Bell comes back in the second on a power play for Missouri State, his 14th of the season. Brown with the assist, and the Ice Bears are rocking and rolling. Then Travis Barrett gets his 22nd. The beeline in on this. O'Brien, Barrett finishes it up from Bratton, and Missouri State with the 4-1 advantage at 17:45 of the second. Then in the third period, Arkansas comes back. 16:09, Keyser with his 13th, and it is a 4-2 game. And then based on what I saw, I'm going to say it's McAtee's goal, his third. And as you look, he just kind of pushes a guy out of the way and sweeps it from a pass. We're going to give it to McAtee right now. And Missouri State ends up squeaking away a winner by a score of 4-3. Again, our next broadcast will be Missouri State and Arkansas tomorrow. We'll have it for you right here on Web Sports Radio at 7 o'clock from Jordan Valley Ice Park. But Dan, the Ice Bears come away with a win, and for Missouri State, that is win number 11 this season, this series as a Division I squad between these two teams. The Ice Bears are now 11-4. Missouri State has won 5 straight games after that overtime loss they suffered at home December 2nd of 2017. Sean Foster getting that overtime goal at 2:52. That's all behind Missouri State. But I think, and I don't know what head coach Jeremy Law is going to say, but I think a 4-3 game is not going to necessarily sit well. Great, it's a win and all that, but if you're an Ice Bears coach, you're going to say, hey, this can't be, especially with a number 12 facing a number 33 at this point.
Yeah, and I think the 4-1 lead did not serve them well in the third period. They kind of laid back just a little bit and tried to play a little bit more defensively. That's not their game. The Ice Bears game is to keep going after them and keep the hammer down and keep getting after it. And Arkansas took advantage. They are the ones that kept pushing and kept shoving and got themselves back into this hockey game. I think we're going to see a different finish tomorrow.
I definitely think it's going to be a different game. I agree with you. I think Arkansas knows that now a 4-3 game, they might have the Ice Bears number, and they've had it before.
Oh, yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Dr. Ben Goss, any final words?
Well, I would say that you guys are both absolutely correct, and the Arkansas Razorbacks came in here tonight and played a very, very good game. They didn't come out on the winning end of it, and at times the Ice Bears clearly outclassed them, but they kept in there and hung with the Ice Bears and didn't let the thing get out of control when they threatened to early on, and they were able to kind of put a stick in the revolving door and stay around close enough throughout this ball game or throughout this hockey game to be a real severe threat to the Ice Bears. And sometimes it looked like the Ice Bears might have been kind of taken for granted that they had a lead, particularly like you said, Dan, when they got to 4-1, it grew kind of sizable, and they were playing probably a little bit more not to lose rather than playing to win. So hopefully that adjustment will get made tomorrow night, and the Ice Bears will come out and put up a margin of victory that they're capable of. Clearly they are the better team, but they've got to play like it for 20 minutes of 3 periods. They can't have hit and miss. They can't have on and off. They've got to stay steady with their effort, and that's what we did not see tonight. So maybe we will see that tomorrow.
Ben, I will forgive you. I know that it's baseball season, and of course you're the number 2 on the baseball broadcast with Art Haynes, so I know you're getting ready for that, and that's going to be coming up pretty soon. Bears, big win today, I think, on the road, if I recall.
No, unfortunately it was a big loss, 16-4, lopsided.
But yesterday was a big win, right?
Against Nevada. No, today was the first game. This afternoon was game number 1.
What did I see that was a big win? Maybe it was.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
It was a big win, but it was for the other team. It was for the Nevada Wolfpack.
Maybe that's what I saw.
Who were the Mountain West champions last year in their conference. So Ice Bears got a win today, and hopefully the baseball Bears will get one tomorrow afternoon as they take on Utah.
Well, there was ice out on the roads tonight, and Missouri State took advantage of the ice in here, and they shut down, for the most part, if you want to call a 4-3 win a shutdown of Arkansas. I don't think so. I think things might defrost a little bit tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, because this Arkansas team, as much as it's a rivalry, and despite the fact that the Arkansas Razorbacks are now 10-23 on the season, and Missouri State is now 28-10-3 on the season. Throw the records out. It's a rivalry, and it's going to be a different game tomorrow.
You bet. They'll be loaded for bear, literally. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I had to get one more pun than in.
Well, we'll be loaded for hogs, so it's all good.
Okay.
Well, the Ice Bears on the power play, they were 1 for 9 on the man advantage. The Razorbacks 0 for 6. So the Ice Bears did take advantage of that when they needed to at the time on Bell's power play goal to make it a 3-1 game and kind of get a little bit of breathing room. But the number 12 Missouri State Ice Bears, with the most victories ever in the history of this hockey club, they eclipsed it last weekend with 26, or no, with 27 actually, and now they have 28. And, well, they've also played the most games ever in the history of this hockey club. Who's that scheduler? You need to...
Yeah, we'll talk to him later on about
I can tell you one thing. There's 39 games next year, so...
Okay.
It's a lot less than what they had this year.
All right, they're turning the lights out.
I was going to say, they're turning the lights out on us, so we'll get one last quick out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Dan Dow. Alabama 5, Utah 1. That is a final. Thanks so much, Dan Dow. And that's going to do it here from Jordan Valley Ice Park as the Ice Bears win by a score of 4-3. I am Steve Casson for Dan Lee, for Dr. Ben Goss, for our statistician Matt Reisner, for both our cameramen Alex Somm and Alex Harmon. Thanks so much for tuning in, and for Dan Lee, my broadcast partner. The Ice Bears, of course, as I mentioned, are now 28-10-3 on the season with the 4-3 victory. We'll hope you join us tomorrow on Web Sports Radio. We'll have the game for you, broadcast 7 o'clock. Until then, so long, everyone.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your hosts, Steve Casson and Dan Lee. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.